What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Rebels with a Cause. You know what time it is, baby. It's time for that cause, 9:30 Wednesday nights, because that cause don't stop when the clock hits zero. Got a great show for you tonight. As you can see, I'm already excited about Saturday, man. This is some serious business. I hope Two-Pair comes on. He better have his Peter Warwick Florida State jersey or one of his hats backwards, something. He better be having that on because I'm rocking the old Dan Morgan 44 jersey from way back when and so forth. I wore this jersey for my viewers. I wore it during that 34-game winning streak back then. I bought it on October 7th, 2000 in the Orange Bowl when Miami beat wide right 3, snapping the streak, and went on to win 32 more games after that until losing that heartbreaker in the Fiesta Bowl to Ohio State and so forth. But I wore this jersey every game after that, and I retired it and even put it in a glass case for a bit, but I've broken it out for this show and for the rivalry because BT Two-Pair always used to call me Baby Dan Morgan and so forth. So, but I'm definitely going with it and so forth for sure and everything like that. But got a lot going on tonight. Comment box, hit that like and subscribe button. Talk about what you want to talk about, man. We'll talk some college football, high school football, pro football, nasty injury to Tyreek Hill. We'll talk about that. And the Dolphins are just cursed, man. I'm telling you, they need to do some sage or something and, ask Don Shula for forgiveness, even though he's been gone for a few years. Rest in peace. But that just organization is just a stinky curse, honestly. So, but that being said, I got my panel ready to come on. Might even have some exciting guests that you haven't seen in a while come on. And like I said, you want to be on, you know how to get in touch with me, okay? And it's just about giving me your email. You come on, you want to talk some football, you want to have a good time with us, no politics, leave that at the door. We just have a good time and agree to disagree. And this is therapy hour for the hombres and even the ladies. And I want to give them a shout out. We got a lot of supporters too that have been supporting this show for a while, and can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support. Some great moms too of some West High football players and basketball players as well. That being said, let me do some housekeeping business very quickly. The views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization or of Knoxville West High School. This is solely the RWAC Crew and Panel's views. Also, join that chat box live. Hit that like button. Participate in that chat. Remember, not only point out if we've inaccurately said something, but also share your opinion and what you want to talk about. This is much your show and cause as it is ours. And we love that conversation. It really drives it, especially when we got a happening fun night and so forth. So definitely want to get you guys out there to hear what you have to say too. That being said, also got to give some love to some sponsors. My gal Kim Castle over there at the King's Chamber on Washington Pike. Give her a call. Got a special going on this month. It's spooky season, $5 off. Okay, $5 off if you're a new customer. I believe it's a $20 walk-in. Let them know Rebels with a Cause sent you. Definitely go hit her up. Haircut, beard trims. I mean, if you want that royal treatment, fellas, you go to King's Chamber, and she will give you that royal treatment. The haircuts, all that stuff, the services, 2 tasty beverages. Enjoy yourself. Just like the ladies get to go to a salon, this is for the guys that just want to go, hang out, and have a good time and so forth. So definitely go pay her a visit. Also got to give some love to the Knoxville Coffee Company there, 2003 West grad, Mr. Alex Thatcher, there in the heart of Marble City off of Sutherland Avenue. That brew is good any time of the day. And, it's getting a little chilly. The leaves are turning. Pumpkin spice, creamer to go with that coffee. Heck, you don't even need creamer. It's that damn good. So let them know Rebels with a Cause sent you. Also got to give some love. If you just like that traditional old school barbershop feel, go see Josh Fink and Corey over at Razor Shop Barbershop of Knoxville. Let them know that Two-Pair Tate, 332 Studios, and the Italian Stallion with Rebels with a Cause sent you. That being said, also got to give some love to Big Fact Sports Network. Follow 332 Studios, our sister station, and give them some love as you do us each and every week. So got some great count out going on over there. Before I bring on my esteemed panel, I want to give some shouts out real quick. Want to give a shout out to the West High Lady Rebels soccer team, beating Jeff County last week 6-0 and taking care of business against Hardin Valley 1-0 1-0 on Tuesday night. That was last night. Tomorrow night, senior night against CAK at 6:30. Come out and support them. I'm sure that they would appreciate it. And their record 11-1-1 ain't no joke, man. Let me tell you. So getting that postseason heat ready to go, and wish those ladies luck. All the seniors being honored tomorrow night, and so forth. Proud of you guys for really coming out there and kicking some butt. Want to give a shout out to our West football team. Came up short in overtime against a very tough Halls team. Want to give some shouts out. Raheem Lee had 201 yards on the ground, including 2 touchdowns, had a nice 65-yarder. And JP Peace had 13 tackles. Nalaja Dickey added 3 sacks, 2 solo, 1 assisted. So keep grinding out there. A lot of good performances from the kids. Come out there and support them tomorrow night. They've got a home game. It seems like we haven't been at home in a while, all these road games and a very visiting heavy schedule at the beginning, but 3 of the last 4 games are at home. So definitely get a chance to catch the Rebels at beautiful Bill Wilson Field there and see the finished product of the field house, and should be a great atmosphere Friday night. So definitely come out and support the boys. I know that they'd appreciate it, the coaches, the staff, everybody that puts the hard work, and enjoy a big game, a big region game against Clinton. So definitely come out there and support that. That being said, let's bring on that panel, baby. First and foremost, you know him as one of the OGs. He started off as our stats guy, and he became our coach, nicknamed by our beloved Parker Dubon. Hope you're doing great at Auburn. Proud of you, young man. But let me tell you something. This guy, he knows the X's and O's, knows his stuff. He's been with us from the beginning. And let me just tell you this. Keep sending him prayers. He's got some good vibes. He just needs another week of love and support, and hopefully the nightmare's behind him. But bring him on. Show him the respect and love he deserves. The one, the only, our coach. Here comes the money. Shane O'Mac, Shane McGee, baby. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just trying to stay blessed.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you are in my prayers, brother, and love that Power T in the background. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. Of all my teams last weekend, they were the one that held on, and I was like, damn it, don't do this to me, UT. Don't you dare do this to me. But let me tell you this. It was one of those weird upset weekends. It started with Florida State on Friday night, and realistically, I just commented to another UT fan who was just really disappointed in the performance. I said, listen, you can be disappointed all you want. It's better to have a win, considering everybody else who lost, and then be a part of that. Honestly, I'm being dead serious with that statement. So, but what's your thoughts, brother? Bring that heat. So,
my heart cannot take another overtime game. I'm glad it's the bye week for Tennessee. Woo.
Yeah. They needed to get some guys healed up too. It was a perfect time. They've had some battles, man. So,
I've seen a lot of hate going towards Tim Banks recently. It was like, you're down pretty much your entire secondary, and you got guys stepping up. You've got guys getting dinged up. That's what happens going into the way we see we're all on week 6.
Yeah. This is
Yep. I mean, that's it's bound to happen. So,
well, and you just went toe to toe with.
Probably pulled out. Freaking Joey Swagular, as we like to call him now, is leading the SEC in passing with over 1,400 yards. Wow. Never would have saw that coming with the way I predicted our season is. We've got 3 projected first-round draft picks. I say Tennessee is doing just fine. And they can have all the hate they want on Tim Banks, but he's got 2 corners right now projected in the first round. So,
well, I'm going to tell you this right now, man. They've been in some battles. First off, don't let the funny thing is that Tennessee got the best Syracuse team. They don't even have a quarterback, and that's why Duke handled them on Saturday. You know what I mean? And their season pretty much is done when that poor kid ruptured his Achilles, and so forth.
Yeah,
and
that's a hard thing to come back from.
Exactly. So that was a hard hitting game, and then you had the Georgia game that was just a battle. UAB is not trash, and then this Mississippi State team is very much improved. I mean, they beat Arizona State, and a lot of people were thinking Arizona State was going to be a contender for the Big 12 this year. So, I mean, this wasn't a trash team that we went up against. And as we've said on this show, the SEC is a battle every week. And then next year with 9 damn games, I mean, you don't even get a cupcake anymore now with that 9th game.
I liked what Lane Kiffin had to say. And that's hard hearing somebody that's a Tennessee fan say they like Lane Kiffin. But he said the days of dynasties in the SEC are over.
Yeah, no. And that's why if this playoff does expand, there should be the right of 5 teams to get in or something of that nature, maybe even 6 compared to what some of these other conferences are doing. So, but yeah, keep that train of thought. I got to bring on another guy. He's been on the show lately, just joined the crew as of late. And, he's been helping me out tremendously on the road. Can't thank him enough for all he does and being a contributor to the show. He's got his own segment. And who knows, at this point, both you and him might get your own shows if this channel keeps expanding the way I would like it to. But that being said, got to give him some love. Remember, when he was there back in his days as the officer, you knew it was a big game because he made sure everybody could have a damn good time at a big game. That being said, whether you're watching this live or recorded, wherever you're watching it, give him the love and respect he deserves. The one, the only, our favorite officer, retired, but still going strong, damn it. 100 pounds down with way more to go. Big game, Kerry Reeves. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Going on, fellas? How's everybody tonight? How's everybody?
It's doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, by the way, I gotta give your Bills some love. By the way, I have a bunch of their fantasy players, and they're the only damn reason that I'm doing good in any of my fantasy football leagues right now, man. I should have drafted the whole team, but anyway, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great. It's gonna be a good fantasy game, that Sunday night game with us in New England. It's gonna be some good fantasy. There's good fantasy on New England too, so there might be a good night if you're in fantasy football. Pick up some for that game. You might get some points out of that bit. And I'll talk more about the Sunday afternoon. To reiterate what Shane said, yes, Mississippi State, yes, Tennessee football does give a heart attack, but a road win in the SEC is a road win in the SEC, no matter how it comes. And I actually think the Georgia game is going to benefit. Yep, they were undefeated. And I think the Georgia game is going to benefit Tennessee the rest of this year. And a little statement I found out about it, since college overtime came in 1996, Tennessee has played the most overtime games. That was
I was 60th. Wondering about that.
That was their 60th overtime game.
Wow.
In 30 years since the rule came in for overtime.
Wow.
And they've won, I think, like 43 or 44 of them.
Wow. Well,
but Joey Swagular, that's the man. That's the man right now, leading in passing. Chris Brazel, he's getting Biletnikoff talk. He just made the final big list for the Biletnikoff, and they think with more production, he's going to go up and up and up. He may be the second Biletnikoff winner in UT in the last 4 years. Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be something? Is right. So, well, I'm going to tell you this, Kerry. I mean, Shane just jumped off camera real quick, but look at those scores below. I mean, Shane's back on camera. Look at those scores below. I'm just grateful Tennessee won, honestly.
Yeah, because there were some tough road environments, man. Very tough road environments. Look at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was down 20-3, came back and beat Wake Forest in overtime. Auburn had a chance to win the game at A&M, failed. Indiana had to win in the last 2 minutes over Iowa. Illinois won at the gun against USC. There were some great games over the week. Great stuff over the weekend, man.
I was glued to my TV, Kerry. I mean, honestly, I was. I mean, well, here's the other thing, too. And the storylines and I'm going to bring this up, the storylines are pretty big right now, because here's the truth of it. You've got this going on. You've got another coach fired at this point. Sam Pittman gone. But we have been talking about this for a while. Yeah. We all have. I mean, this should have been done 2 years ago at this point. Yeah. I mean, but it probably would have been done last year had Nico not saved his job, pretty much. Yep. And that's where the joke is. We blame Nico. I mean, that's what happened that night and so forth. But
and just think, that was after a bye week last year. Same bye week this year. But I think this team will handle things a lot better. They're a tougher team. And it's at home.
Shane, a friend of mine, even said, hey, is Bobby Petrino going to be riding in with that secretary on the back of his motorcycle to Neyland Stadium next?
Cheerleading coach.
Was she a cheerleading coach?
No, she was a secretary, but now he's probably got a cheerleading coach.
Well, he probably does. So yeah, I mean, it's funny though. It's just something. I mean, well, obviously we'll talk about that game next week.
Yep.
But the storylines. 5 weeks in. How are our picks to be contenders, pretenders, possible Heisman winners looking? I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. You look at the landscape last week. Everybody we thought would be crap has really Penn State. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Your whiteout, all that stuff. Game day, big game James is not big game James. That's all I'm going to say.
4-21 against top 10 teams. There are coaches that would have gotten fired over that. He still has a job.
Yeah. Now, I would give him a pass if that had been at Autzen Stadium.
Exactly.
But you had the home crowd. Those fans were terrific, especially in that fourth quarter when you finally gave them something to be alive about. And then you miss out on the fact that Drew Aller, of all people, Aller
threw the game-ending interceptions.
Yeah, again, just like what he did against Notre Dame in the semifinals on virtually the same damn play. But Shane, we knew Penn State was trash. I mean, they just proved it to us. All that hype. And everybody was like, they're saving it for something. No, when they struggled against the basketball schedule, I knew they weren't going to do nothing this year. I really did. So,
and that quarterback for Oregon, Mr. Moore, Dante Moore. He's at the top of my Heisman list easily.
Yeah. He was very heralded out of school, by the way. He was very, very heralded.
And just think, he was at UCLA and they told him they didn't have room for him. And look at the state that UCLA is in right now.
Chip Kelly leaving UCLA probably screwed that up, and Dan Lanning jumped right in on that, as well he should. I'm going to tell you this, Miami was trying to get him, by the way.
Yes,
Miami was really after Dante Moore, but we just couldn't. He wanted to stay out west, which you have to respect, and he's a West Coast kid. But
you wanted to stay out west.
But I'll tell you this, Oregon, they moved into the conversation. They've got a big one coming up in a couple of weeks. But the truth of the matter is that they did what they needed to get into that inside track of not only a Big Ten appearance, but more than likely a playoff appearance as well. Shane, what was the game that really stood out to you this weekend, by the way, too? But Kerry, go ahead. What were you going to say? So.
They got a big one coming up with Indiana and Autzen. That should be really interesting. Kirk Cincinnati with Indiana going to Autzen. That should be very interesting.
And a lot of people are on the Mendoza train, that quarterback of theirs.
He's pretty
transferred
good.
From
he's
Cal.
Pretty,
yeah. He's good. He's good. And Cincinnati knows quarterbacks. I mean, he's got a fun offense. And you watch, I mean, not only are they going to be getting more transfer quarterbacks, but there might be some high school quarterbacks that might be looking to go there. And it's funny, you think of Indiana, Bob Knight, their basketball tradition, but they have poured a lot of money into that football because they have to, because they understand that it will pay off dividends in the conference they're in, and it'll trickle down to basketball and the other sports. I mean, that's just how you got to do it. So, yeah. Shane, what was the game that stood out to you, bud, this past weekend that was your favorite game to watch other than the Tennessee game, and you saw some hard hits, and, did it prove a pretender? Did it prove a contender? What was your thoughts, by the way?
The Georgia Tech Wake Forest game had me glued. I was not expecting that. Vanderbilt hanging 55. That scares me some.
On a pretty good Utah State team, too.
Yeah.
They ain't half bad.
Those Utah teams never been bad. So, those two stuck out to me the most. Was not expecting Notre Dame to completely curb stomp Arkansas like they did because it started out relatively okay. And then stepped away from it, came back, was like, holy shit. So, it was a crazy game on that one. But
did you see that controversial call though, that they jumped off sides and basically the ref missed it completely, and so the Wake Forest quarterback, being the heads up, throws that pass thinking that he's got the 5 yards and they're just going to take a knee, and the ACC refs managed to outdo the SEC refs from the week before with
That's
that
saying
stupidity and so forth like that. Honestly, I mean, just a total hose job to poor Wake Forest. Honestly, now should they have gone? I give the coach, his balls, cojones, to go for that, but maybe you kick the extra point at that point and live to go to double
Mhm.
overtime.
I
You're at
agree.
home. I think it'd be a different story if you were on the road, but if you're at home, then you get the ball first, maybe score a touchdown, put some pressure on them
Exactly.
to try to reciprocate. But great choice with that game. I forgot about that one.
That was a great game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and also USC, they tried to go for two, and that was the end of that. I mean, they basically fell short going for two and lost a heartbreaker to Illinois, and Illinois was coming off that shellacking that Indiana gave them the week before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The two that impressed me the most, Oregon impressed me. The one that really got me was Ohio State. Going up to Washington. Husky Stadium is one of the toughest places to play in the country, and they put on a defensive clinic against a good Washington offense. They literally held them to 130 yards of total offense. Ohio State, we have forgotten about Ohio State being the number one team in the country, and they went up there and just impressed. I'm like, they can bring it defensively. Their offense is going to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, that was Julian Saint's first road start, for
he
a
was so
freshman,
composed and
managed
calm.
it. Yep. Jeremiah Smith stepped up and helped it be easy
What a
for him.
stud that
I
kid
mean,
is.
I'm just going to say this, guys. If Ohio State's offense was the story last year, unfortunately, it's going to be their defense. And their defense was the staple for many, many years, no matter who was coaching it, even during the Tressel years and so forth like
Matt
that.
Patricia, man. Matt Patricia might be the National Assistant of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's saying something. That man's got 4 Super Bowl rings, and now he's got a chance to add a national championship ring to it. If his defense keeps playing the way it are, they're going to be tough to beat, whoever goes up against them.
Absolutely. Well, I've got another OG in the background, and I'm glad that he was able to come on rather quickly and so forth. He knows that him and me got serious business Saturday night under the lights at Doak S. Campbell Stadium. But he is my favorite Seminole, and I wore my Dan Morgan jersey for him tonight. I did. But he's still needing a few minutes just to get set up. But we'll bring him on with the. He's ready now. But yeah, just to show him, I got the Dan Morgan jersey being rocking and so forth. But that being said, this guy needs no introduction. He is our original OG, our co-founder of Rebels with a Cause. Let me just tell you this, Mr. 2003 West, coming up on his 20th season as the voice of the Runnin' Rebels and Lady Rebels, coming in his second season as the voice of the Panthers and Lady Panthers for the Pellissippi State basketball seasons right around the corner, doing some great things with the middle school basketball, showcasing them. Just a talented individual. My favorite Seminole. Gonna hate him on Saturday, but we'll love each other right after it, win or lose. Bring him on. The one, the only, two-pair Tate. Brian Tate, what is up, baby? How you doing?
Shalom.
Shalom. Mazel tov.
Shalom. Hello. Yes, we're here. We're not supposed to like each other this week. I want give me 2 seconds. I want to leave this guy's face right here.
You're fine. You're good.
I want to leave this.
I want to see the Peter Ward jersey. That's what the hell I want to see tonight. So, well, hey, while he's talking,
yeah, I want to leave Coach Eggleston up there because he is the reigning coach of the year.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you how we're coming in to this Florida State Miami game. Let me show you how we come.
Is that a Letterman jacket? Wait a minute. What is that?
That's a starter jacket.
Starter jacket. Look at that. Oh, man.
Is that the same one from middle school?
Oh, no. might be.
He's such in great shape, he can still fit in it. So look at that. So stud.
Shout out
So
to my Uncle Ken for this. This is a vintage.
yeah.
This is vintage right here.
Well, hey, listen.
Man.
With all the weight that I've lost, I mean, Kerry's got us beat. I'm fitting into the Dan Morgan jersey, the same one from high school that I wore during that 32-game winning streak. So the one that you saw me every Friday.
I got to lose some weight.
Classic jersey. Classic
Yep.
jersey.
It's classic, man.
With Nike, because
Very
we're an
classic.
Adidas school now. Look what the hell has all changed
right.
with that. So
That is wild. You know, Miami was a Nike school.
Yep.
Was a Nike school.
Yeah.
That is going to be electric on Saturday.
It's
man.
going to be a
That
great
is
game.
gonna
I can't
be
wait. I'm
electric.
excited.
The whole
It
day,
truly
game
is.
day, and then the game. It's going to be electric.
Well, do you know
all
game
Saturday.
day? Game day's not going to be there, Kerry. They are in
Really?
Tuscaloosa for Vanderbilt, Alabama. Because
Alabama.
I mean, yeah, because unfortunately Virginia knocked off Florida State on Friday night on overtime.
Wow.
Alabama beat Georgia,
Hey,
snapping their
Florida
home winning
State
streak.
beat
so.
Virginia and handled business. You know,
Yeah.
that's where, like, I don't know if Florida State may have enough to beat. This just, I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to
Tell you
see.
what.
That game in Virginia. Were you looking that forward to the game in Miami?
I don't know, but Virginia's caught up. Virginia's gotten better, man.
I think Virginia's gotten better ever since Tennessee shellacked them. Like
Yeah.
you could see that they weren't on the level to play with an SEC school.
Mm-hmm.
Like where that program started to
Mhm.
be where they're at now, it says a lot. It says a lot.
Do you know what I think too? Do you know what I think? I think also you bring up something really interesting, Carrie Ann Two-Pair, about that. I think Virginia Tech's decline has helped them keep a lot of them good Virginia kids to go
Up
to
north.
Virginia
Up
that were
north, yeah.
normally going to VT with Shane Beamer. Or sorry, Frank Beamer. So yeah.
Frank Beamer.
But I'm just saying that talent in Virginia Beach, I mean, they always have churned out kids, and some of them have even come to Tennessee, you know, so you bring that up too, that if they're keeping the Virginia kids from going to Tennessee and keeping them there in Virginia, that helps them as well. So, but that's always been a hard place to play. Miami has lost there numerous times since joining the ACC. And so I mean, and the Friday night stuff, I'm going to tell you this. Even if Miami's fortunate enough to beat Florida State on Saturday, it's going to be a war either way. We have another bye week, and then here's the crazy thing. Miami's got 7 straight games after that with no other bye week. It's the weirdest schedule, but you know where we start off with? Friday night in Miami against Louisville, who's a dangerous team, and Louisville always plays Miami tough. So Miami could get bit by that Friday night game. They almost did last year against Virginia Tech. It took that Hail Mary pass, that whether he was in the end zone or not, to basically be the difference or whatever in that game. So Friday night ACC football's tricky, Two-Pair.
Very tricky.
I think
Thursday
you guys are going to be
nights are
amped Saturday night.
Fridays and Saturday, like those Friday games and Thursday games, typically need to do that. Like to say that I thought Florida State was going to lose to Virginia, probably not. But I felt like I kind of predicted it. I said it has happened before. They were the first school to ever knock Florida State off in the conference.
Yeah.
During the Bobby Bowden era.
Yeah, they were. They were. Yeah. And that was like a Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it? It was a Thursday night. Yeah.
Game.
So these weekday games, man.
Fumble.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. The Warwick Dunn fumble.
Yep.
I was worried about Squirrel White because Squirrel White had that last play, and then he made it out fine.
Yeah.
Apparently a Virginia
I thought
player
he got
was not
trampled to death.
I thought he did. Everybody else thought he did too, but the Virginia player apparently that was there helped him get off to the side and out of the way of everybody.
That was nice because I thought he was. I thought. I mean, guys, they didn't even wait. And Kerry, you being an officer, you've had many times had to you and your guys have had to make sure the kids don't rush the field.
Is their stadium set up to where it's that easy to get access?
Yes, it's a hill. People
hill.
can sit on the hill, Shane. It's the weirdest configuration. Wake Forest is like that too. In fact, Wake Forest's kids were ready to run on the field.
Right?
And Missouri used to be
Missouri.
like that,
Missouri used to be
but they're
like
doing that construction in the end zone to put actual seats. So that's not going to be happening anymore. Them sitting on the hill, they're putting seats in Missouri.
Yeah.
In the end zones. So
is that where they had the M at? Those male rocks.
Yeah.
Yep. And now they've added seats there. So
every senior got to pick a rock from the Elm.
Yep.
the way this college football season, one of my favorite storylines are the coaches getting fired mid-season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
And they should have been gone last year. I mean, let's be real. Some of them. So
Yeah.
Cesare at UCLA resigned.
He just resigned. Yep. What was he? The offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he
Offensive
was.
coordinator and quarterback coach.
Hey, maybe Nico's dad can become the interim coach. He knows everything. So,
Yeah.
and this is an NFL offense you'll get to see at 3:30 on CBS against Penn State. So, yeah, an NFL.
Yeah, who
But
will
that's
bring
what-
all 100,000 fans into they'll pack the Rose Bowl by itself because UCLA fans ain't coming to see this team.
No, they're not. But the thing that really gets me though, when we look at all of this, UCLA, you hire your own, you fire your own, right? This one's my favorite one though. You fire the guy, then you hire the guy that you fired before.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. Can't make this up.
You can't make this up. Like you can't make this up.
No.
I literally seen Sam Pittman get fired. Bobby Petrino is his offensive coordinator. He gets the job back.
Yep.
So
And 13 years ago, didn't he got fired for cause 13 years ago from Arkansas.
Time heals wounds.
Had different ADs and boosters apparently too.
This is a guy that wrote a letter to leave the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep. 13 games in.
Yep.
Not even a season. 13 games.
I'm going to tell you this. We're going to have so much fun next Wednesday talking about that Arkansas-Tennessee game. The jokes that I have of him riding in on a motorcycle, in Neyland Stadium, it would be glorious, honestly.
And
So.
this is one of the storylines that I've been on. I listened to Kevin Simon and Jason Swain today.
Mm-hmm.
Love those two.
They're a
Very
good
great.
listen. They're a
Love
great
them, as,
listen.
love them as players
Very-
and people
yep.
and personalities.
Very
Keep
good
going.
I know them both personally.
Very
so
good.
Very
Very
good
good
listen.
listen. Very good listen.
And it brought me back to this. So when we look at teams that go into a hostile environment, a team that was undefeated and they win at their place, that means nothing of moving up in the poll.
Nope.
And it just stuck with me, like they have their chances to be a top ranked team, but
Mhm.
for them to stay at 15 when you had losses, like Tennessee lost to a good Georgia team who cannot solve the mystery of beating Alabama.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about that game in a minute. That gets
They
its
just
own
can't
segment.
beat
Keep
them,
going.
you know?
Yep. Yep.
So why is Tennessee
Being punished.
the team that has one loss, who I don't know as much as Tennessee lost that game or Georgia took it?
I think Tennessee lost it.
I think Tennessee lost it.
They lost it.
Yep.
It's fair enough.
But
So
they're being
They
punished.
had the opportunities to win that game multiple times and got way too conservative with the play calling.
And I don't know how the AP poll can keep them there for 3 straight weeks at number 15 when people around them have lost, people in front of them have lost, and they've
people in
stayed
front
right
of them
there.
have lost.
I don't get it.
Guys, I'm just going to tell you this right now. I mean, Josh Pate, who I love his show, he can't even stand the polls right now. He said,
he hates the polls.
don't even pay attention to that, because he brought that up too. I mean, here's the thing: Miami play last week, and then you dropped them behind Oregon. You know, which is fine. But here's the other thing too. To be fair, Oregon and Penn State were both off, but you jumped Miami for beating a bad Florida team, you know, by a comfortable margin or whatever. Offensive performance, maybe not the spectacle offensively. So it's like, so what is it? And then I was thinking about Tennessee. I looked and I thought Tennessee would at least be 11 by the end of by Sunday. You know, they survived. Did anybody pay attention? But that's the point. These people have a vote and they're not watching football, man. I was glued to my seat from 12 till midnight. I mean, I passed out watching the BYU Colorado game. And then BYU came back to win.
And that was a great finish.
That was a great finish. It was a great weekend of college football. But, you know, Shane, you know, to talk about that Georgia-Bama game, though, like, How stupid was Kirby not taking the points? And then he outdid himself 5 minutes later by 3 minutes, not going for it on 4th down, punting it and thinking his defense could get the ball back. Just stupid.
He outcoached himself.
But Shane, your thoughts on that game of Georgia-Bama?
I really want Georgia to win that game because I don't want Bama getting on a hot streak, and we've got them in a couple weeks. I think the fall off. We're not going to see the fall off of Georgia, but they aren't going to be who they've been the past couple of years.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee once again showed how to beat them. We just kind of pissed down our leg at the end, and everybody else takes advantage of it. But then you get a pissed off Bama team that's like, oh, hey, we do know how to play. And now you're going to have a team that's able to come back and compete. And it's going to be a good game when we play them. I still can't believe College Game Day is going there for Bama Vanderbilt.
Hey, remember last year? They beat Georgia. And what happened? The next week, Vanderbilt
Pavia.
beat them.
The legend of Diego Pavia began. They got Pavia'd. So
I've always seen pictures of that dude. Like, he just looks like a cocky, arrogant asshole.
You know what he is? He's a Spanish Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a Spanish Conor McGregor. But go ahead, Gary. Yeah.
What got me in that game was the 340-pound wide receiver, Caleb Proctor for Alabama, taking a swing pass and nearly scored with that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Took it, knocked out 2 people.
I saw that play. I was
laughing.
I literally thought about, like, next year. I'm like, what kid do I have as a lineman that I could line up in a trips formation
and scare the crap
do
out
the bubble
of
screen right there?
Once upon a time, that guy was offensive lineman coming out of high school, so that doesn't surprise me. He's athletic. The pros are salivating at him. He'll be one of the top picks next
Yes,
April.
he will.
So
I think Braswell really he's really been phenomenal. Like, he's leading in almost every SEC major stat.
Yeah, me and James talked about how he's made the final Biletnikoff big list. He may be the second Biletnikoff winner Tennessee's had in the last 4 years.
And that would be Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt was the other one.
Yep. Well, and who knows? Maybe he has a big 5-touchdown game in Tuscaloosa in 3 weeks. You never know. So, I mean, shoot.
Yep.
With Joey Swagular.
Joey Aguilar. Joey Swagular shooting up draft boards, too.
Yeah, he is.
Joey has really shown what he can do. Like, It's a really night or day. Like, just look at when the 2 teams, I don't think no 2 teams are the same.
Nope.
But we're kind of bringing back some of the same cast of characters on that squad, right?
Yep.
And
Ian brought up something. We got to talk about it. Heupel's mismanagement there at the end.
Yeah, that clock
management
at the end.
I mean, what was going on there, guys? I mean,
he didn't want to put the fate into the field goal. Like, think about it.
Yeah, I see that.
That is a lot of pressure on Max Gilbert, right?
Max Gilbert don't have that dog in him. He's proven it now.
It's not even that though, Shane. It's not that. It's the simple fact of we've been in this predicament before, where it wasn't a predicament. Tennessee should have just won the game if you're going to do all that. So now that was kind of a teaching moment. I feel like that loss was more of a lesson than a loss for Tennessee.
Yeah, they learned a lesson.
They learned a valuable lesson, and they didn't want to go through that same. If it's one more quarter, I felt like Heupel said our guys can win it. I think it was just the defense was put in so many bad positions throughout that entire ball game.
Yeah, they only gave their touchdown drive. Mississippi State only drove the field really once because the other 3 touchdowns they scored were from the 27, the 25,
like
63 yards combined.
Yeah,
they combined for 63 yards of offense and almost won that game in Starkville.
Yep.
So
Ian's concerned. Yeah, Ian's concerned. It's happened too many times now. It worries me. What will happen in a big game, a la championship? And he brings up a great point there.
No,
I mean,
that's a great point.
That
Ian.
is a great point.
And thank you, Ian, for saying that, because that is a phenomenal point. And when you say that, my thinking, I don't think you want to put that kicker in that same predicament again, because he's playing that movie over and over. Like he's seeing it. And if they put him out there in that same spotlight, they had everything to gain from it, because it was a tie ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you just feel like you don't want to pick six to end it, that's also smart too.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. They got to take care of the ball better, man. I mean, here's the thing: if they just take care of the ball just a little bit better against Georgia, we're not even in that predicament of that field
true.
goal
No,
at
we're
the
not.
end. And then look at these short fields you gave Mississippi State, and they capitalized on it. I mean, they weren't trash. I mean, but if you give any team a short field, 7 out of 10 times they're going to score a touchdown. I mean, you get the ball back, but they're going to get a touchdown. So I don't care how good
it
your
was just the
defense
makeup
is.
of that. It was just the makeup of that game, and you're going to hear those cowbells no matter what. I worked the Mississippi State Wake Forest Music City Bowl when Dan Mullen was coaching.
Oh boy, Cowbell Central.
All you heard. That's all you heard in Nashville that whole night was cowbell. You're gonna hear it, man. And I will say this: that defensive line for UT showed up. Defensive line for UT showed up.
I thought Sharpen was killed on that sack fumble for a touchdown.
Oh yeah, Chapin. Yeah,
I thought he was like, they knocked him out. I think if they had hit him from the front side, he's knocked out. Because I mean, they killed him. I'm like, he's not.
I think that changed the momentum of the game.
Yep,
that was a huge momentum swing.
That and the Colton Hood pick six at the beginning.
Yeah, but
if we don't have the fumble punt, we blow them out of the building. Because I think that first turnover set the stage for everything else to happen.
I wonder why Boo wasn't back there to field that.
That's the story. I like to know why too. No one has came out with anything about why he wasn't back there. But
there was a lot of head scratching moments throughout that whole game, guys. And
too many mistakes. It was a ton of mistakes.
But a great learning lesson.
I was just grateful to win. But like Ian said, what happens if you're on the other side of that shit? I mean, I hate to be that way, but I'll tell you a game we haven't even brought up yet.
Week for the next 2 weeks.
I'll tell you another game we haven't even brought up yet. If you liked defense and low scoring, Ole Miss LSU, and if Larry was here,
that was a war.
LSU, but realistically, I mean, Lane Kiffin right now is 5-0 now. I mean, and they've got them ranked 4 in the country.
That was a war. You could
beat the number 3 team. I mean, what number 3 team? Number 4 team?
Yeah, they beat number 14.
You could watch that game and feel the physicality from both teams. It was unbelievable. The hitting that was going on out there. My God, the talent, the defensive talent for both sides that's on that field. NFL scouts were drooling looking at all that talent going. How many teams could some of those kids help right now? Right now. I mean, that was one of the most hard-hitting games I went back and watched. You could just hear the physicality.
Shane, can I ask you a question as a coach? And Two-Pair, I'd love to get your take on this as well. So think about this. Lane Kiffin took care of business with a home crowd in the Grove against LSU in their top 10 matchup. James Franklin and the whiteout and game day and all that pizzazz couldn't take care of starting a redshirt freshman on the road.
They can't win big games.
Nope. They've proven it.
They've proven it.
Because you're now, is it 4-21?
4-21.
Yep.
Let's go.
I don't know, man.
James Franklin makes me think of Mark Rick. Like you have great seasons, but you piss the bed on your big games.
Yeah.
And then you're settling for 10-3 seasons, and you're not seeing the playoffs, or you're not seeing championship games. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Who did Mark Rick lose to every year as Georgia coach? He lost to Auburn, lost to Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or to Bama when it counted in the
Bama.
SEC title game. Yeah.
Yep.
He had trouble with Florida for the longest time, too.
That's
no matter
right.
Urban Meyer.
Florida.
Ron Zook, Urban Meyer. I mean,
Urban
he
Meyer.
had trouble even with
McElwain.
Muschamp a little bit,
Yeah,
too.
Muschamp.
Yep. So, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just think about stuff like that. Like, I mean, and then Georgia. I mean, just the inexcusability, and then Ellis Robinson getting that ridiculous personal foul there, jumping on in the pile at the end. I mean, the game is over. Or at least you get a chance. You maybe get a chance to get the ball back with some time left. You didn't even get that. But
you didn't even get that.
It was the execution with Georgia. Like they didn't execute. They didn't execute to the level of what Georgia is accustomed to.
James Franklin's the new age Kirk Ferentz. Keep going too.
Ian, that was great. Yo, leave that there.
Yeah, well,
I want to leave Ian's comment. Ian, that's a great comment.
That is a great comment.
Yeah, new age Kirk Ferentz.
He is the new age Kirk Ferentz, and it's not bad. But when's the last big game Kirk Ferentz won in Iowa?
It's been a while. He had Indiana on the ropes Saturday and gave up another one. I'm glad Ian said that because this is what makes Rebels with a Cause a really great show. How come I always miss the high school talk and I always make the college football?
We didn't have any high school talk. We didn't talk about that. No, we went right into college football. We're good. If you want to talk high school, we can. So yeah.
Oh no, I thought I missed it.
No, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. I gave a shout out to the girl team. They got senior night tomorrow night. They're 11-1, by the way. So yeah.
Who's that? The girls soccer team?
Girls soccer team. They play CAK senior night tomorrow night at Bill Wilson Field senior night. They're 11-1-1. Yep.
Man, we might have to make a soccer game.
I'm going to try to get there tomorrow night. If I can get off work and get over there, I'm going to go see them. Game starts at 6:30. So yeah, they're good. They're fun to watch. I've seen them beat Farragut. They're fun to watch.
They are. That's good.
I might try to go and watch it.
Yep.
But I've been super busy with the tune-ups. Shout out to all the players in the tune-ups. Shout out to the Panthers. They took it. Like, they got a great squad. Tove Courtney, Carson Minifield, Dennis Frazier.
I know Dennis.
Yeah.
I coached Dennis years ago.
Yeah, they got a squad. They had a squad, man. Shout out to T Minifield. Shout out to Quan Casby being the MVP of the All-Star game. Parker Broyles for the Stock Risers game. It was a real fun atmosphere, and the way we're covering middle school basketball. I just never thought that
that's good, man.
The middle schoolers are making it fun, and it's exciting to watch. And shout out to T, shout out to B Mays Elite, big shout out to them.
There's some serious talent in the middle schools, man.
Yeah, like there's
some serious talent in the middle schools, man.
Man, there's a ton of talent. Like Orange, they're gonna have a pretty good team.
Yep.
I felt like the tune-ups, it made all these kids get better. Shout out to Avery Jameson over there at Lenore City and A-Jam. They got some players. So it was really cool to see everybody come out and support these kids because middle school basketball is going to be really live.
Got some great talent in the area. Great talent.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So football too. So yeah.
I see all the football kids regularly. So.
Yes, you do.
Shane, I know that you guys didn't make it, but the playoffs are going on this week, right? Is that what's going on?
No, they start up after fall break.
After fall break.
So they get a couple weeks off or something?
This week is the makeup games for some of the ones that got rained out.
Okay, yeah.
/ bye week, and then everybody's off for fall break, and then the playoffs start the following week.
Okay, cool.
Playoffs! We're talking about playoffs! So,
playoffs, baby.
Pal is using their bye week to take on Catholic tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That's a good warm-up. That's a very good warm-up.
Yeah, so
Catholic looks very good.
Dennis Frazier, who he was just talking about, he plays for Pal. He plays corner. I coached that kid years ago. Great kid. I love his uncle. His uncle's cool dude, one of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
My bad. What's Catholic's record? Have they?
I don't know what their record is because they don't play in our league because we don't allow private schools in because they're open. It's open recruiting for them.
They've got talented players. When they scrimmage, But I don't.
I know their
what
high
is their
school is
record
5-0. I think they're 5-0 high school. I think they're
Okay.
undefeated still.
Yeah, now they get to the meat of their. Now they're
Yep.
playing like the Baylors and the McCallies. Now they
The
are
good game,
yeah,
the good games.
yeah.
So they're undefeated right now as we
in
Right
high
speak.
now,
school.
yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm telling you, man, their wide receiver Tyreek King, man.
Oh,
Oh,
he's the truth.
UT's going to get
He's
some
the
great.
truth.
Him and
He's
the
the
other
truth.
guy coming. Oh my God,
Tyrone Keys, Tyrone
yeah,
Keys,
Keys,
and then
yeah,
Tristan
he's
Keys. Tristan
Tristan
Keys. I
Keys.
think Tristan
Tristan
Oh my
Keys.
God,
You
these
know,
guys are going to
wasn't
be
that the
great.
kid that flipped from LSU?
Yep, he was the kid
Yes.
that flipped from LSU
Yep.
because we had just signed with Adidas, and then he signs a deal with Adidas, and then flips from LSU to Tennessee.
So I think he already had to deal with Adidas. And I think that, and then that just
That's
pushed
yeah,
it
that's
even better.
possible. That's right.
That quarterback's
'Cause he
going to
was
have some
already,
nice weapons.
he was already rocking the orange and white Adidas cleats,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the
Oh,
old
man.
school Adidas orange and white track pants.
We got
Which-
talent coming. We got next year's whoever next year's quarterback at UT is going to be. Is going to have some
He's going to have
serious
some
talent.
fun. He's going to have some fun guys.
And David Sanders. Hey,
I'm curious if what is it, Faison Brandon
yep.
gets the starting job immediately, because I am not impressed with Merklinger at all.
Well, I heard that this was the guy that was handpicked by Josh
Yep,
Heupel
by Josh
to run the
Heupel.
offense, and he's top 5 quarterback in the country right now, coming out of
He
high
should
school.
still be number one, but every time somebody
Yeah.
commits to Tennessee, they get dropped in the rankings.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who impressed me in the game. David Sanders coming in as Jesse Perry got hurt. He comes in his first play and does a pull from the right side to the left. I
Yep.
just took out that scene. I'm sitting there going,
Man, that was beautiful.
holy crap. I said, this kid's going to be good.
There are some guys
dear
that are
God.
just dudes, and that's
He's
a
a
dude.
dude.
He reminds me a lot of Trey Smith.
That's
Yeah.
what somebody else said.
Good. Yeah. Well, and look at his ranking. I mean, he was like the Caden Proctor, Francis Malinois out of Miami. Like when you're a top offensive lineman, it shows, man. That's a position that they really can't misevaluate with a couple of guys at the top. Now, when you get to the lower, maybe a competition they were going against, thing like that. This kid's the real deal. This Sanders.
And look at Trey Smith now. Protecting Patrick Mahomes, got a couple Super Bowl rings. That dude's heading to the Hall of Fame. He's heading to the Hall of Fame real quickly.
Yep.
All he played in his big games. I mean,
Mhm.
you're protecting the MVP.
Yep.
Like guys, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that, like the Jesse Sapolas of the world, like he's in conversation with those
that
dudes.
Dude is David Sanders, my God, he's going to be a stud.
Yep.
That dude is going to be.
We need to enjoy him the 3 years we have him.
Yep,
for sure.
What a bit in their hip pocket to have him. We're getting our 2 corners back for Arkansas. We'll talk more about that next week, but we're getting McCoy and we're getting both of them back. Gibson back. Yeah, the help's coming. The defensive help is coming, and just at the right time.
How great is Colton Hood? Man?
Colton Hood has been a stud, man.
How good has he been, like playmaking wise in that secondary?
He's been great. Arian Carter too leads the country in tackles, leads the SEC in tackles, leads the country in tackles. Arian Carter, man, that dude.
And I'm gonna say this: Caleb Herring is played well.
He was on the locker room the other day. Very impressive young man. Very impressive young man.
But that line of West, Eason, Joseph, you know it's a Rodney Gardner defensive line coach too.
Has his fingerprints all over.
Hands down the greatest D-line coach there is in the country.
Yep.
Well, and I told you, I thought that one of the storylines coming into the year, talking about things that were going the way that we thought with predictions, I thought Tennessee on both sides of the ball would be much more improved this year than last year, and it has shown. It has shown up to this point. Now we're going to get to the meat of the schedule. The bye week couldn't have come at a better time, I think, for Tennessee to get some guys back, healed up. You're going to get an Arkansas team. You should handle them. And then it's serious business third Saturday in October. It really is.
Last time we went up against, what's his name? Arkansas's coach.
Oh, Petrino.
Petrino. When he was at Western Kentucky, we dismantled them defensively.
It was what caused 5 turnovers in 6 plays.
Yeah, because Tupper, they fired Pittman, so now Petrino's going to be the interim coach next week,
And
just
they
in
fired
time
the
for our
defense,
game.
and he fired 3 coaches on the defensive side, including the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he got rid of. He cleaned house already.
He
So
cleaned house.
You can't put a system in when you do all that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's what I was saying.
Well,
I said, how crazy is it? I said, bro, how crazy is it? You fire Sam Pittman. You hire the guy that you fired before because he was on a motorcycle with an intern.
Yep.
Like, this is college football in 2025, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
It is. Forget getting 4 years. You may not get 4 games. So
they pulled a Bearden.
They did.
That third Saturday in October.
They pulled a Bearden.
Huge.
Your athletic director fires the coach who he replaces. Well, he was the athletic director at the time. Replaces him, fires the next coach after he steps down after 3 seasons, and replaces him with the guy whose job he took.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for those Bearden kids because they played their asses off against Farragut.
Yeah, that was a tough loss for them. And
that was a tough one. That was a good ball game.
Do you know what's crazy to me is that last year at this time we were talking about West Bearden and Farragut, and they're combined with only 2 wins, all 3 teams or whatever.
That is wild.
I did not realize going to the Farragut Bearden game that both teams were
0-5 or 0-4, whatever it was.
0-5. What is West's record now?
West's record is now 1-4. So yeah.
I did games at Bearden and Farragut where both teams were undefeated.
Yeah.
This is back in the early 2000s, and now you're gone to this, and neither team had a win.
Yeah, at this point,
that's unfathomable.
I FaceTimed my daughter to show her the game because it was the rivalry game, and she's like, "What the hell happened?" Because the whole time that we were at Bearden and she was there for school, that game was packed out.
Yep.
There were so many, like, the track would be full, the stands would be full.
Yep.
It was empty.
Oh, you had to park at the Downtown West Shopping Center or Palancho's across the street to get to walk to the Bearden Farragut game.
Yeah, I'd have to get to the game to work the scoreboard an hour and a half early.
Yep.
I did a game at Bearden in 2002 with Farragut and Bearden that had almost 9,500 people. It was one of the biggest crowds ever for a high school game. 9,500 people.
Yep.
It was wall to wall people. The track was filled all the way around. The stands were filled. Heck, people were sitting on the hill watching the game with binoculars and things. It was packed. It was packed.
Yep. Well, I mean, and you asked Tupir what the record is. I mean, West right now is 1-4, and West virtually has to win out every game to make the playoffs now because they're all region games. They count, and that was a second region loss now and so forth. So yeah,
but you
lost to Maryville Alcoa, but now you've lost to Central and Halls, and you've got to be flawless here on out, and you still got a very good Powell team that's beaten both Halls and Central at the end of the year still on your schedule.
And realistically may have nothing to play for.
What is it about the Rebels this year? What is
I think that it's just at this point that the situation I think that you had problems with the Bearden game not happening. I think that with that game being canceled and you didn't get that game and you started off with Maryville and you're going up against your former coach, all that stuff, the way that Maryville beats you, and then you spiral it to Central and everything. I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's just been one thing after the other. There's been some really interesting calls by referees against West, especially in the Knox County games, that I've not really been very pleased with. It's almost like they have it out for West. I really believe that.
I've noticed issues with the Knox County refs.
Oh yeah.
Period all year, because the same ones that I get on Thursdays are the same ones that do the high school games on Fridays.
Yep.
The Blount County crews are amazing.
Yeah.
I will take a Blount County crew all day.
Yeah. I mean,
you can be in Blount County playing Alcoa or Maryville, and they will call a fair game.
Kerry, they called that game fair.
Yeah, they're
Maryville
very
just out
fair.
athleted us. I mean, that's
Exactly.
what happened there. I mean, they just were ready.
Maryville's
Maryville's
got
a
a hell-
beast. I mean, Maryville's undefeated right now. I mean,
They got a hell of a team.
and they no, sorry, they lost.
They lost
Forgive me.
Alcoa.
But yeah, and then you got Alcoa that beats Fulton 63-0. Fulton's probably having their worst year that they've ever had at this point.
Didn't even break a
Fulton's not even
sweat.
won a game yet.
Nope.
Fulton hasn't even won a game yet, two-pair. So, yeah.
Fulton is still winning.
Yeah,
Still winless.
Austin East only has one win this year against Chattanooga Brainerd. So I'm just giving you the West, Farragut, Fulton, and Austin East have combined for 3 victories this year. Those 5 schools. So, yeah. And a lot has to do with the schedule, but I mean, but West had 8 plays. I mean, Raheem over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. JP Peace had 13 tackles. Nalaja Dickey had 3 sacks. I mean, plays being made by a bunch of other players. But I don't know. I don't know that it's just I'm 20-17 to Halls. So yeah. Just unfortunate. So.
I'm tripping over that, but can I tell you who's been one of the most impressive players? This kid, J.V. Stenson. He has been incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some running backs in my day. Like God rest his soul, Mr. Sterling that was at Farragut.
Andre Sterling.
Andre Sterling.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Andre. What a player he was.
Oh
Man.
my God,
Yeah.
Andre Sterling was one of the best running backs to ever
He was
touch
good.
East Tennessee.
Really good.
Gave Beard nightmares. He
I
gave
mean-
Beard nightmares for 4 years.
Gave a lot of
You
teams
got
nightmares.
the great Terry Hill over there at Central.
Yep.
You know, you got the Caleb Gassins from Central. You know,
Oh God, yeah.
you got some of these ones like this Stinson kid. Like he puts you in that mind of a Dennis Rogan a little bit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in
I
forever.
remember Dennis.
How good was
Tremendous
Dennis
player.
Rogan?
Tremendous player.
Yep. No, for sure. So.
But how good was Bilal Davis?
Bilal
good
Davis. Yep. That's
was,
another
when
one.
we talking running backs, how good was Albert Harris?
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the KIL era, Leroy Thompson, when you look at
Leroy Thompson.
you look at that KIL era, you still got the Corey Andersons of the world. You still got a lot of guys. But when we talking that prep extra era, it was Albert Harris in 2 sports, basketball and
Mm-hmm.
football. But football was ridiculous.
Yep.
Like it looked like
Tell me
video
about
game. And I'm
Yep.
gonna say another athlete. AE's homecoming is this week.
Oh.
And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm a West Side Rebel till I die. I always had friends that went to Austin East, and my uncle is class of '94 that played with Mike Mobley. So shout out to Kendrick Tate, class of '94. But when I look back at those AE guys, do we remember that was it 2001 that they won the title? Or was it
2000. 2000 they won. Yeah, 2000.
It was 2000 or 2002.
Like 200. Yeah, they were
I
the
thought it was
2000
2000.
state champs. Yeah.
They were 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why did I feel like they were 2001?
They had a good season in 01, but they didn't win it all. So they were going in trying to go back to back in 01. But they were the 2000 state champs. So yeah.
They won our freshman year.
It would have been your sophomore year.
Sophomore.
They won my sophomore year.
Yes. Yeah. My junior year. Yeah.
I thought they won your senior year.
Mm-mm. No, because we were going in because you see Alcoa and Austin East both won the year in 2000, and my
That's
senior
right.
year we played Alcoa first game. We played them tough. We tough. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, we're going up against Alcoa, defending state champion." But Austin East was also defending state champion going into my senior year, your junior year. So
I
yeah.
did not. Okay, so that was my junior year.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Corey
Mhm.
Penegrew, man, they were just loaded with talent, man. They were
Hmm.
loaded with talent. Like I just look at like my man Bo was on that team. They had a squad. Like
They did.
I tell Petty McFly this all the time. That is one of the best teams I've ever seen. Like I dude, they were just loaded, man. They were loaded
Hmm.
at every position. Like
The high school ball was just incredible back then. I
It
remember
was.
working a
It
lot of
was.
those games.
Aaron
Man,
Anderson, they had
yep.
Steve, they had Aaron Anderson on it. Dude, that's when I remember inside perspective of Jerome Taylor when he's interviewing Darius Griffith. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Rest in peace to my man Daryl Minor Facts, AJ Donaldson. That was a loaded team.
Yeah, they
It
were.
was a
No, they were.
loaded team. Joe Moore,
When you played them,
timeline, Joe
when they
Davis.
either came to play you or you went to Austin East, they won the game sometimes before it was even the ball kicked off or
Hmm.
the they took the coin toss.
Dude, it was just that era. I remember when West beat Austin East when I was in middle school.
That was a big win for West.
That was a huge win. I
Huge
think that
win.
It was one of Coach
was that
Wilson's
Coach
last wins.
Glassford.
It was like one of his
Coach,
last big wins. So when
so
he was at
that
West, before he went to Bearden, obviously. So
I want to
yeah.
say that was the game with Dixie Greenwood, Doug Madison, and Avery Boss Graves.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Man,
Yep.
went crazy that game.
Shout out to Scott Big O. He had a birthday yesterday. Shout out to Big O. So
Oh,
yeah.
shout out to Big O. Hey, his
Yep.
son Scobie.
Yep.
He
So.
reminds me of Khalid El-Amin.
I
You need
mean,
to
yeah.
see you need to see Scobie. You go on Scott's page.
Uh huh.
His son, man, when I tell you, his son will remind you of Khalid El-Amin at UConn. It is an eerie
oh
depth.
wow,
It's
really?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His daughter's a good athlete too. He all the time as well. So
yeah.
on his
Charisma,
Facebook page, yeah, she's an athlete. So yep,
charisma is
for
great.
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, hey, let me ask you this: other than obviously the elephant in the room, the Miami Florida State game, we got some notable week 6 matchups down there. You got Minnesota at Ohio State. You got Miami at Florida State. I mentioned that one. Mississippi State at Texas A&M.
I
The
like Texas
SEC
A&M.
Network game. Yep.
I like
Uh,
Texas A&M a lot.
Yeah, I
hey,
do too.
what about this 3:30 CBS game, man? They gave SEC stinker of a game. Penn State at UCLA. Look at that right there. So Texas at
That
Florida.
is a
That's an
horrible.
interesting game.
That is a
Vanderbilt at
horrible game.
Alabama.
That's the one I'm interested in.
Yep.
I feel like Perry's big game of the week is got to be Alabama Vanderbilt. I'm banking on that.
That's not it. That's not it.
That's
You're
not
close,
it.
but that's not it. My big
That,
game of the week is Texas and Florida
Okay.
because of the historical
it's
significance.
interesting.
Let's think about this.
Okay.
Archie Manning, as Ole Miss went to Florida, he didn't win in the swamp. Peyton did not win in the swamp, and he had 2
Touche.
opportunities. Eli had 1 opportunity, didn't win in the swamp. Could Arch Manning exercise one of the longest curses in SEC history and have a Manning win in the swamp? And he's only going to get this 1 opportunity, probably.
Curry. That is freaking amazing.
I
Yeah.
read that. And I knew Peyton and Eli hadn't won, but I had to go do research, and I knew Archie played there as a junior and they as a senior, and that's when he broke his arm. And one of the games they lost was at Florida.
So you mean to tell me
Mannings are
the,
0 and whatever in the swamp.
They're
the
0 for
Mannings are
4
owing whatever?
since 1970. They're 0 for 4 in Gainesville.
This is
Arch
like
has
one
the
of the best
chance.
stats of all time.
Arch has a chance to
Hey,
break a
put that
curse.
banner up.
Well, if Ian's still on here, by the way, I don't know who's still in the chat. If Ian's still on here or not, and Shane, I want your opinion on this as well. Who is the next coach that's going to be fired? Because you got two candidates with two of the games going on down there. You mentioned the Texas Florida game. Is it done with Napier this
It's
week?
only a matter of time.
But I'm also going to tell you one that I'm also intrigued with: Wisconsin and Michigan. Does Luke Fickell get the axe this week after Wisconsin?
That's
Because
a good one.
I was going to say Hugh Freeze when they play Georgia next week, but we could have people get fired after this weekend or whatever before we get to the Georgia Auburn game next weekend. So yeah,
I actually think Hugh Freeze got a reprieve because of what happened against the Oklahoma. He got ripped off. They got ripped off that game.
Okay. I mean, they played A&M tough, but
that was an
they didn't win.
illegal play, and it should not have counted.
And they also got a touchdown taken away from them on a supposed incomplete pass when the replay and the announcers clearly said it was a catch and a fumble. They lost 14 points in a game
guys.
they should have won.
Yeah. Atrocious.
And Hugh Freeze, I believe, got a reprieve. And also, too, Bruce Pearl just retired. I don't think they want to go through another coaching search, not this soon, with another high-profile guy.
Damn, that's a great point, Kerry. That's a great point.
If Stephen Pearl does this is where I think he can go to the upper echelon of coaching. Get some of those Tennessee guys from what you built. Get some of those Auburn guys from what you built.
Yep.
Because you got ties
to both states.
You got ties to both schools.
Mm-hmm.
You played under your dad at Tennessee. If you see what's going to happen, Stephen Pearl will be back in Knoxville one day.
Yep.
Never know. You never know. I mean, honestly. I mean, they did give Rick Barnes the lifetime contract. He can't live forever, though. So
I'll tell you what, Rick Barnes has got, from what I've read from.
If Rick Barnes goes to a Final Four, right?
Yep. That's it.
Let's say Stephen Pearl gets rolling over there at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it to the height of his father. And let's say he may look to retire in Knoxville. Or he may retire in Auburn. Or Stephen Pearl might get an NBA job if he does well enough at the college level.
That's true.
That's right.
Think, what would Stephen Pearl be like coaching the NBA guys if he's close to their age?
Ooh.
It'd be like JJ Redick, you know what I mean, type of a thing. So yeah, it'd be like that. So yeah.
But it would be harder on the college coach to the NBA if they didn't play in the NBA.
Yes, yeah, because at least JJ had some years with the Magic and the Clippers. So yeah, you're right about that.
That's what we're saying. We're just like NBA guys.
Yeah.
So when we're watching all these college hires and fires, a guy like Hugh Freeze that is in every ball game. They're in every ball game. He could lose his job. But that's the significance of this league. You're one win or one loss away from losing your job, depending on the severity of the loss.
It's true. It's true. I got one for you guys real quick. Talking about these Week 6 matchups. That 3:30 CBS game is the worst of any of the 3:30 games that are being featured. I mean, when you look at that, they gave up the SEC for that. You can't tell me that there's not a better Big Ten matchup right now that you can't get me than UCLA and Penn State at 3:30.
I think this is CBS throwing the conference a bone.
You don't even have a damn night game that night. Oh my God!
They threw them a bone. They threw them a bone. Because I'm sorry, that's the only way CBS could have put this game on TV is that somebody went to UCLA and CBS threw them a bone.
Hey, two-pair, Ian's got one for you. Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens didn't play in the league, and he coached, and he was around their age.
Brad Stevens is a good
coach. That'd be a comparable thing for Stephen Pearl. Brad Stevens.
Yeah, Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? This is one thing about Brad Stevens that always got me. They didn't fire him. They moved him into the executive role.
Very
Right?
true.
They
Yeah.
win the championship, but Missoula was coaching.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah,
But
exactly.
he put the team together.
He did put the team together, so yeah. Yeah.
It's like Brad's message wasn't getting to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Without a doubt.
Missoula's message was getting to those guys because
Very true.
you see what I mean? It's the
Yep.
message of who it's coming from.
But Stevens has proven to be a heck of an executive. He's proven to be just as good as an executive as he was as a coach. He's doing a really good job. I know things up. I've been watching the baseball playoffs, and so far these baseball playoffs have been really good. We got 3 game threes already, and Cincinnati's down 3-2, trying to force a game 3 in that series with the Dodgers. Baseball's actually been fun. The Yankees won tonight in one of the best games of the night.
Oh, the Yankees did win, so there's a game 3 now?
4-3. There's a game 3 tomorrow night, 6 o'clock.
Wow.
There's a game 3 in Cleveland, a game 3 in Chicago, game 3 in New York, and Cincinnati's trying to force a game 3 in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is my favorite time of year because you got football, baseball, and preseason basketball and hockey going on and everything.
Oh man,
it's all 4 professional sports are going on right now. So yeah, yeah.
But you know,
college basketball, they just started practicing.
I never thought the WNBA would make news with us. I never thought this would.
Yeah, they've made big news.
Who would have thought this? While college football is going on, the WNBA can make news about something when baseball playoffs are on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, how did this get into the conversation? Or is that many people watching WNBA? Like,
their ratings were up this year, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what ESPN's showing. I mean, so that they're showing those games on the nights that there's not football. That's what people are watching. I mean, so yeah.
And now you got the finals between Phoenix and Las Vegas, and those will get a lot of airplay.
Yeah, they got some popular players. So,
and hey, college volleyball, they're showing that on the weekends, and that's blowing up big time. SEC volleyball, Big 12. On an NFL Sunday, people can take a break from an NFL game and turn over and watch volleyball. And the girls' volleyball is really good, really good.
Very true.
And college basketball's getting going.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, I mean, can you believe October 26th, guys? October 26th.
We'll be here before we know it.
Duke Blue Devils coming here to play Tennessee, and those tickets sold out in 5 minutes. I was lucky to get one, and I'll be there. So, yeah, it'll be great. So, yeah, to see it live.
And from what I read from Jimmy Dykes about our team, we're loaded. We're loaded.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle.
We got these players that came in. It's gonna be we're gonna have a great year of basketball. We may be we're gonna be in the money for a Final Four again.
Could be. I know that meeting between the two teams is going to be for a preseason game. Could be the first of a second game that's played in March. You never know in the Final Four. You never know. So, and it's in Indianapolis this year. The Final Four is in Indianapolis this year, so that's going to be pretty huge. So,
and big news out of the women's game. Indianapolis in 2028 will be the first football stadium to host the women's Final Four.
Oh, wow.
The football stadium. Yes.
Wow. Well, you know what I was sad to see, and really wasn't a surprise? Juju Watkins is going to miss the entire season. You know, she had that knee injury late in March. I'm not surprised either, but I think she's smart because, you know, and Paige Buchers took the whole year off to recover, and, you know, she was fine after that. And I think Juju is smart, not rushing it back and just shoot. You know, you can still play the last 3 years, whatever, of eligibility you've got and so forth. So, still got 2 years. So, yeah.
I'm not surprised at that. I think that's a smart move. I think that's just a great move.
Yeah. What about some NFL guys? I mean, God, the injuries that happened. If you're a wide receiver, it was not pretty. Oh my God, Tyreek. I mean,
Malik
neighbors. I
Neighbors.
mean, oh my God, it was not a good weekend to be a receiver. So
I saw that Tyreek thing live, and I just went, "You got to." Oh, I said, "Oh man, that leg that's supposed to bend."
Well,
back
remember,
that
I
leg
messaged you guys in the chat. I was like, "Did his leg really bend that way?" And Ian was the one that pointed it out to me. Like, being a Dolphins fan, he's watching. I was like, "Oh my God, that really did happen." And
Kudos to ESPN for only showing that once. They never showed it again. Kudos to
I
them.
had to get on Twitter to go find the actual play to see it. I was like, oh my God.
yeah.
Like,
Well, somebody shared the picture with me,
Yep.
and that's when I sent it to you guys. So, that's the magic with DVR. If you have a genie, if you can like go back and forth and whatever, because ESPN did only show it once. So
Yep.
But
And then Malik Neighbors, his injury, my gosh.
yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this though, guys. We talked about them last week, but the most disappointing team to me, and it's almost the equivalent of losing a Super Bowl, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to make you feel any better than you do, Kerry, but I think the Bills broke the soul of the Ravens with that comeback win because they're done. They look terrible, and now Lamar's hurt. Oh my God, man!
I think if they I think they damaged the soul. I think Kansas City finally broke it. Between Buffalo and Kansas City, they broke it.
Yep, touche.
Because Baltimore, that was so that's beyond disappointing. My gosh.
Yeah.
And now Lamar's hurt. They got 7 defensive starters out, including Lamar. They're saying he's going to be 3 weeks. I'm like, their season's done. And they're the last team I thought that would lose it. You got 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and they could win the division by default.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh could win that division by default and get a home playoff game, something they haven't had in 20 years.
Points a game. Aguilar has doubled the touchdowns.
Just crazy. I mean,
and now without his QB coach, this just puts him back.
Well, I got one for you guys. What about the fact that the pillow fight of the week was that Dolphins-Jets game, and the Dolphins found a way to beat the Jets? I mean, it's just incredible. The Jets are Jets. Suck. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Wow.
If it wasn't for that first quarter fumble, that was the game. That was the game in a nutshell.
It was. It really was. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That. What about the Sunday night game? The tie. A 40-40 tie.
How does that happen, guys? How does that happen? A tie?
To me, change the overtime rules. The only thing they need to change, go back to what overtime used to be. 15 minutes. If you're going to give each team the ball, play 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
There's no reason for there to be ties at all in football.
Nope.
Well, can I ask you this? What's wrong with doing it from the 35-yard line then? If high school's 10, college is the 25-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, overtime, then do 35-yard line for the NFL team, because most kickers can make a 52-yard field goal if you don't advance the ball. And so
Aubrey can make a 70-yarder.
That's true also.
He can make a 70-yarder.
That's true also. But that's just my only thing. Like, my goodness, like, why is that a tie? And that game should have been. I mean, I don't know, guys. That was frustrating. I felt we got cheated. We needed a win. We needed a winner, and we didn't get a winner. So yeah,
we did get cheated.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah,
you get that game and some others.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But by the way, my favorite, the Titans managed to outdo themselves this past week, so I'm going to talk about them.
And then Cam Ward's speech. Did you hear his speech?
Yeah, I would say this. They weren't even my stink pick this week. When we get to the segment, they weren't even my stink pick, but I just had to talk about them. I mean, they missed 2 field goals. They were playing Houston tough.
Yep.
Should have been 6-6 at halftime, and maybe you have something going on in the second half. I'm just terrible, just awful.
But I'll tell you what will come. The good that'll come out of there They'll fire that coaching staff, but because Cam Ward is such a talent, they'll get a great coach. Somebody wants to coach that kid. I guarantee you they'll end up with a really good coach because of Cam Ward.
Do you think Gruden wants to come to Nashville, or
I
is
could
he?
see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
I could see
I'd take
that.
Gruden. Gruden could do some things with him, I bet. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
And he's itching, and I love his videos, but he's itching to get back into the game.
well, now the show cause is over, right? So he can
Yep.
go. He can come back in
And
go.
hey, now, and in 2 years, you're moving into a new stadium.
Well, is the show calls affect both college and pros, or is it
No, just
I don't think it affected the college. He could college job, and some people have even mentioned him possibly a candidate for the A job, but I just don't think he'd do that.
No.
I don't think he would. USC maybe, not UCLA. So yeah, if
and
it was
he just won a major case in court. The reason why he was fired was those emails. It turned out he never wrote those emails,
correct.
and he won that case. So that's been cleared. He can get hired.
Yeah.
And I could see him going to Tennessee. I think that would be a major boost because it's a pretty sad day in Nashville when Vanderbilt football is better than the Titans.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming?
I mean, and that's what I'm saying, guys. If Vanderbilt somehow beats Alabama this week,
Oh,
like
dear
I was
God.
talking with Brad Holloway about that. Here's the other thing too. So Tennessee was guaranteed 2 night games, okay? And it's more than likely going to be the Oklahoma game's going to be one of them, and so
And
forth like
Vanderbilt
that.
probably be.
And I would say that Vanderbilt game, the day after, or that weekend of Thanksgiving, is looking more and more like it could be a top 25 matchup with a line
Absolutely.
there. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, well,
They go to,
I mean,
they go
I'd
to-
try to get a ticket. So
now, if they
nothing
go
else
to
going on.
if they go to Tuscaloosa and do something that they haven't done since 1910 and beat Alabama in Alabama, how fast do you think Caden DeBoer is on his way out?
Oh, the U-Haul
Oh.
truck. Yeah, the U-Haul truck is there. So, but
Just remember,
yeah.
he
But it's
lost
a
to
ranked
Vandy.
team.
And, yep.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, Shane,
But
it's not Woody Woodenheifer, Vanderbilt teams from the late '90s. You're losing to. I mean, this coach can coach. I mean, I'm
Yes, he
I'm
can.
being serious. Like, this guy's got a couple of players. I mean, I watched that Junior Sherrill kid catch 3 touchdowns from Pavia last week.
He's good.
He's got Cedric Alexander's a really talented running back. That Stowers kid at tight end is going to be one of the top tight ends taken in the first round next April. I mean, so they're not trash on offense
No.
or whatever, but it's like, but still the stigma of Vanderbilt, a baseball school or something like that.
Junior Sherrod's pretty good, but the one game he had a bad game last year is when McCoy locked him up in Nashville. He only, I think, had 2 catches last year. He locked him up.
Yeah, no, they shut him down, and that took
Yeah.
away the passing game from Pavia because that was his favorite target. Still is, but yeah. So, but
And to
I
get
don't
an
know.
All-American back, that's going to be fun. Oklahoma's going to be fun. Oklahoma's a night game, definitely.
Oh, can I ask you guys this? I don't know if you all subscribe. It's not even really a subscription, but there's a website that tells you who the announcing teams are for the certain games or whatever.
Awful
So
announcing.
yeah, awful announcing. Is Kirk Herbstreit going to take a plane to the Florida State Miami game? Is he still going to?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got the 3:30 ABC group, like Jesse Palmer, and probably calling that Bama. What's it called? The Bama Vanderbilt game.
Sean McDonough, probably McDonough and McElroy are calling
McElroy and
Alabama
McDonough. So
Vanderbilt.
yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I was
Kirk
hoping
takes a
Fowler
plane.
and Kirk would do Miami, Florida State. I was hoping they'd still at
They
least
are.
do that.
It's Saturday night. It's big time, and you said they're in Alabama for game day.
They're
That's a short
they're
plane
in
trip.
Tuscaloosa. It's a short plane trip from
That's a
Tuscaloosa to
short plane trip to
Tallahassee.
Tuscaloosa. Heck yeah.
Yeah, because game day will end at noon, 12:10 or whatever,
Yep.
and then go from there. So yeah,
Because remember, Herbstreit does Thursday night football for Prime, so he's out in California getting ready for the Rams and Niners, and then he flies to Tuscaloosa Friday.
This is true. This is true.
He does 2 games a week in game day, so hey.
Let me ask you this: what do you guys want to talk? Do you want to still talk some NFL? Do you want to go back to the college football? What do y'all want to talk about? Chat box. I mean, if you want to, if we haven't covered something that you wanted to talk about, let's bring it up. I mean, I've got some games I'd like us all to do predictions on. If you want to get to that,
For it.
you want to go to the predictions for college or whatever?
That
I don't have
sounds
any
like
for
fun.
NFL. I
That's
just wanted to
fine.
stick with the college, so because
Yeah,
that
I
seems to
wanna
be the favorite. So, all right, let me. All right, so these are the games that I wanted to pick that had a lot of implications. Obviously, we've got Miami, Florida State, Vanderbilt, Alabama, the Texas, Florida game that I didn't even know was going to be your big game pick. UV at Louisville, just because you've got Virginia ranked and Louisville's undefeated, and then Texas Tech at Houston. Houston is undefeated as well. Remember, they should have lost to Oregon State last week, and Oregon
That's
State
right.
blew that game. And Texas Tech is kind of like the new media darling in the Big
Mhm.
12 after their big impressive win against Utah on the road 2 weeks ago. So, so those were the 5 games I picked. And Chatbox, please give me your
Those
picks
are
as
good
well,
ones.
and so forth. So, but let's go to that Texas Tech at Houston game first. Shane, who do you like in that one, bud? Texas Tech at Houston. It's an old Southwestern Conference game now played by 2 teams in the Big 12. So, yep.
Give me Houston.
Ooh, nice pick.
Houston's been tough at home all year. Very tough at home all year.
Yeah. I like Texas Tech. I like the Red Raiders. I like their offense, and I think that they're going to get this one done. I'm really intrigued of if they get by this one, where they trip up, or if they get to that Big 12 championship game. I know Iowa State's lurking out there, as well as a couple of the other teams in that conference. But in this matchup, I like Texas Tech. They really impressed me against Utah a couple of weeks ago, and they've won big games on the road, and this is going to be another big one on the road as well.
I'm gonna change
Give me
mine.
the Red Raiders and the Fighting Zach Thomases.
Yep. I'll go with
Shane, you're going to
Texas
change
Tech
it to the
too.
Red Raiders?
Yeah, give it.
Okay.
Give me Texas Tech 27, Houston 21.
It's a rivalry game. It's a
Hey,
rivalry.
two-pair, don't forget the Fighting Patrick Mahomes is, because that's where he's from, Texas
That
Tech.
is
the Fighting Mahomes.
Michael Crabtrees as
Right,
well.
Michael Crabtree.
The
That's a
Fighting
black.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yep.
Yep, for sure. So,
Oh
yeah.
man, Baker Mayfield
Graham
was once there
Mm-hmm.
and got kicked off the team. That's how he ended
What
up in
about my
Oklahoma.
man Bam Morris?
Hey,
Bam
wait a minute.
Morris.
Wait a minute. What about Byron Simmons?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with Byron Simmons for Texas Tech. So there we go. So, yep.
Byron Hanspard.
Yep. Byron
That's it.
Hanspard. That's
Yep.
another great name.
Very good one.
Texas
Very
Tech
good.
had some guys, man.
They did. No, they've never been like for a while there. I mean, they were good. They were dang good. And wasn't that where the Pirate started off? The Pirate was over there.
Mike Leach. Yep.
Mike Leach, rest
God
in
rest his
peace.
soul.
God rest his soul.
man.
So, I miss
God
that guy.
rest his soul.
I
I do
miss
too.
that guy. His press conferences and just a genius and a way before his time, man. Honestly, with some of the
Way
play
before his
calling
time.
man,
As long as
honestly.
Josh Heupel still coaches, he'll always be alive, because that's who Josh
Yes, he
learned
will.
everything from.
Yep. Yeah, because he certainly didn't learn it from Bobby Stoops, so that's the
No.
truth. So I mean, shoot.
Mike recruited him when he was at Oklahoma, so yeah, him and Mike went so far back. He thought of Mike as a second father.
Ian's got the U, Bama, Florida, Texas Tech, and Louisville for his 5. So yeah, so he's actually got Texas Tech winning big, 49-27. So he likes a high-scoring game. What's the over in that one, by the way? Because that might be
What, 54? 54 and a half? What's the over in that one?
60, maybe. I don't know.
60? Ooh.
I take the over with those 2 teams, especially if Texas Tech has shown they can hang 40 themselves.
61 and a half is the over.
Oh, I
61
think
and a
I
half.
think they do that. I mean,
too.
what time's the game? 3:30.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
At night?
game.
Oh yeah. No, if it was a noon game, I'd be a little intrigued. I may stay away. No, that's a night game. No, there's gonna be some points scored in that one.
There's going to be some points.
I'd
They
take the
know
over on that
they
one.
know they're going to be a game that people are going to be watching.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, well, back to that other one. All right, so the next game, I got UVA at Louisville. Does Virginia come back down to earth after that big win against? And Louisville was very lucky to pull one out. I mean, Pittsburgh had them on the ropes the whole game, and Pittsburgh's going to Pittsburgh, so that's what happened there. So
I got Louisville. I think Virginia comes back down to earth, and the game's in Louisville. Papa John's is a tough place to play.
Yeah. What do you think, Shane?
Give me Louisville. They score. Give me 38-17.
Yeah, I like you. I like Louisville as well. I think that was a wake-up call for them last week against Pitt. I think that Louisville has got a high-powered offense. Their coach can coach, and I think that Virginia has still a couple of guys that were out against Florida State that they're still not getting back, and they had a couple more guys get nicked up. I think Louisville gets it done. Two pair. Who do you got, Louisville or Virginia?
Is this going to be in Virginia?
In Louisville.
Louisville, Papa John's Stadium. So, yeah.
I'm going to take Louisville, but if it's close, Virginia by 3. If it's a close game, I feel like Virginia's riding this wave. It's very tough to win in Papa John's Stadium.
Yes, it is.
It's been a house of horrors for a lot of clubs.
Yep. Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
I think Louisville's defense causes Virginia to turn the ball over left and right.
There you go.
Yeah. I also think Louisville's going to not have the slow start that Florida State did. I think that Florida State had to pretty much, come from behind most of the game. If Florida State had gotten started on the right foot, I think they probably beat Virginia, to be honest with you. But yeah, give me Louisville, like I said, in that game.
Yep.
So, and Ian's got the Cardinals big at home, he says. Okay, what about this Florida-Texas game, guys? I mean, is this it for Billy Napier, or does that Florida defense Arch Manning like they did Carson Beck and the Canes? And we know that Texas doesn't even have the running game that Miami has. So, and it's out in the swamp. And, Texas, a lot of pressure on them right now. Florida's crazy enough to win this game. I don't know if I'll pick them, but what do you guys think in this one? So,
that's a good one, because the over-under in that game is 41.5, and I think it's going to be even lower than that, because both teams can play defense.
Ian, that's an extra credit. Sorry to cut you off, Kerry. That's an extra credit game. The UNC Tar Heels against Dabo Sweeney and Clemson put the nail in the coffin or whatever if that happens. So, yeah.
And the game's at Chapel Hill. Yeah.
I mean, Cade Klubnik, he's everybody's hero if you want to bet against Clemson. But keep going. Go ahead, Kerry. I'm sorry I cut you off, though. Go ahead. So, yeah.
Texas and Florida, it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game because both teams got great defense. It's going to come down to which quarterback doesn't make the mistake, because both of them are prone to. They're both near the top of the conference in interceptions. So whoever makes the big mistake loses. And I think in a close, low-scoring game, I like Texas. I see it as a 17-13 type ball game.
Can I ask you guys something? DJ Lagway, a lot of people were talking about last year, and how he did. Is this because of the injury and him not having the amount of reps? Because I don't like to make excuses, and I'm not a Gator fan by any means. But what I'm getting at is Lagway better than maybe we're getting credit for, because he didn't have the maybe the reps that he needed with his receivers. He's thrown a bunch of interceptions. They kept it very conservative against Miami to not throw the ball and cause interceptions. But I mean, do they let it fly against Texas's defense this week? I mean, that's my question more than anything.
Well, bad. I can't hear what you said.
I was just saying about, like, with DJ Lagway, does Florida play conservative again like they did against Miami, or are they going to let it fly in the swamp Texas defense? Because Ohio State threw it around and so forth. So, yeah, I mean. So that's
it really depends on what type of coverage they're going to see.
Yeah.
I think the coverages, and just as far as the matchup on the outside, if they get some favorable positions, yeah, but just the way he's been turnover prone, like the LSU game was a reflection of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And Texas can bring pressure with just 4 guys, so they
Yep.
can send 7 into coverage like LSU did. Come with 4, send 7 into coverage, force him to take check downs. Doesn't take a
Let me
lot
ask
of
you
check
this:
downs. That's the problem.
Is Texas's big running back Cedric Baxter still playing, or did he get hurt and is he done for the year again? Because I heard he had an injury, and they had Jarrett Gibson. They go from one number 1 running back to another number 1 running back from IMG, and he's a smaller back. He was the lightning to the thunder of Baxter, but I didn't know if Baxter was playing this week or not for Texas, or his injury was done for the year. I don't really follow Texas that close.
I haven't heard anything either way, so
I don't know if Baxter's playing or not for Texas, because that Florida defense, they are decent against the run, and I think a couple of their guys that are going to be available that weren't there against Miami. Their bye week came at the right time. So if their defense is at full strength, it's not the defense that's the problem; it's their offense that's been the issue with.
And Billy Napier came out and said this week that he's still going to be the play caller. So if he's going down, he's going down with the ship.
On a sword. Yeah. I'm telling you though, I'm scared to pick Texas. They let me down against Ohio State, and Florida's crazy enough to win this game. Man, we've seen it before. I mean, for example, everybody didn't give them a chance, and damn, Tennessee lost to them a couple of years ago in the swamp. I still threw up that night. Couldn't believe we lost that game. So yeah, but. You know what? I'm going to go with Florida just to be different. I'm going to take the Gators to upset Texas.
Yeah, I'm going
to take the Gators. I'm going to take the Gators to win.
I'm riding with the stat of the year from Big Game Curry Reeves. Manning to break the curse.
Yep, I think it's going to break the curse. I like Texas to win.
I say he goes for 4 tutties.
Now, that would be a statement.
Well, then he'd be back in the Heisman conversation if that happened. So, yeah. Because no other quarterback's done that. Beck didn't do it. Nussmeier didn't do it. The kid from South Florida didn't do it. Manning would have a big game, so forth. So,
yeah, if he plays big game, oh, yeah.
Their secondary is good.
Do you
Florida's
think
secondary
he's really hurt, though? I think he might be hurt.
Who? Lagway or Arch?
No, Manning. I think Manning's hurt.
That's a possibility.
They said something, Shane, about his arm, like he's side-arming it. There's like a hitch in it, and he didn't have that last year. And I don't know where the hell he got that from. And coming from the family he came from, that shouldn't have ever been an issue. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. So, yeah. But
I'm taking Texas 24, Florida 17.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a low score. I'm like him. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't see if there's an offensive explosion by either team, turnovers will be there will be multiple turnovers, and that's a bit like the Tennessee-Mississippi State game. You'll see if there's multiple turnovers, that's how the score will get a little bit ballooned.
Do you think that the crowd is going to be there for the Gators? I mean, at this point, they're 1-3. Do you think that they'll show up for the Swamp and be loud for that game? You think? Or
I think so, because this is Texas's first time This is their first time into the Swamp.
It's a fun matchup. It's a really, and never would you think this was going to be a conference game. This is kind of like a out of conference thing, and I don't even remember the last time these two teams played, to be honest with you. So
that is a good question.
Yeah, I mean, with all the storied history of the two, they've never crossed paths. I mean, they each was good at a different era when the other was not. To not have that cross thing, and I guess nobody cared to schedule the other one because they really didn't need to with who they were already playing and everything like that. So yeah, but go figure. Okay, so I'm the only one that took Florida. Everybody else took the Longhorns. Then okay, all right.
I will see Napier go bye-bye.
Hey, listen. We did our part to try to extend him so he could be there for the Tennessee game. I don't know if he'll get that same luxury from old Sark, but we'll go from there. Or even our buddy Elko next week when they got to play. For God's, I mean, it's murderers.
Oh yeah, then they go to Texas A&M next. Yeah,
yes.
That's not going to be pretty.
And guys,
pretty.
Harvey doesn't think that they'll get rid of Napier though. because of the buyout. I don't think they want.
Yeah,
I don't think they're
it-
invested.
It
lose that
drops
much money.
significantly if he can make it to the Florida State game at the end of the year, and by
Yeah.
then he
Man.
might be dead man walking. So yeah, at that
Because
point,
Pittman walked out of Arkansas for $21 million.
Yeah,
And his buyout was a lot.
I think Napier's is $20 million.
Yep, and his buyout was a lot higher, but it got reduced with every game that went by. So Pittman walked out with $21 million.
let me tell you something, Ian. You can put your finger in your ears. If a company wants me to leave so bad and pays me $21 million or whatever like that, bye. Love you.
God.
Love you. If you want to come to Hawaii with me, let's go. But done.
Hey,
I mean, I'm booking that
Orgeron.
flight. So
Ed Orgeron, LSU gave him $50 million. They gave Jimbo, Texas A&M, $75 million. See ya.
$75 million.
See ya.
and Jimbo and two pair. What about this? Jimbo is breaking down the damn Miami Florida State game for ESPN. How ironic is that? And he's still collecting. While he's doing it, I'd be going like this with the money right there, honestly. So I mean, oh my gosh. So
And
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna give him credit because he did own the Florida schools when he was at Florida State.
Oh, he did, man. Oh
He
my
did.
God, we couldn't. I mean, and let me tell you this: if it wasn't for that miracle in Doak by Malik Rozier finding Daryl Langham, they would have he would have been undefeated against Miami the entire time. So yeah, that's a fact. So yeah, Ian's got the Gators, by the way, in that game. So yeah, so Ian said, "Say less."
That's awesome.
No, I love my company. I love my company. So no, but honestly though, like if somebody said 21 million, see ya. So goodbye.
No.
Bye.
My
21 million,
aspirations
I'm
are
outta
to be
here.
a fired SEC football coach.
Could you imagine? Dude, even the fired assistant coach gets something. I mean, there's
Yeah,
got to be something. I mean, because here's the thing. Before, Nick Saban used to be the charity. He's like, hey, come on over here. I'll pay you. You can keep your buyout, and I'll pay you $50 or whatever to be my analyst or
Butch
whatever
Jones.
like that. Give you something to do. Butch Jones. Yep. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Now, if I'm Tennessee and I'm looking next year at an offensive line coach, I'd bring Pittman in.
Hell yeah, Pittman can coach. Hey, watch him go back to Georgia. Don't be surprised if he goes
don't
back
be
to Georgia.
I agree.
Yep,
Don't be
especially
surprised if
with
he goes
them
back
now
to
having
Georgia.
some issues with their offensive line as of late.
Yeah,
and so
I could
forth,
see
so.
that. I could see
Yeah.
that real easily.
But by the way, guys, real quick, just to talk, I know they're off this week, and then they've got the Auburn game next week, which is a big rivalry game. How hot is the seat for Bobo at this point as offensive coordinator? Because
I'd say it's pretty
realistically, had Tennessee won the game, they'd be looking at 2 losses now, and the offense has not been good for them, honestly. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just something I wanted to bring up. That not only is Kirby 1-7 against Alabama, and let's be fair. The one, yes, happened in the championship game, but Alabama's top 2 receivers were injured. One got hurt in the SEC game, and one got hurt in the first half, and he was killing Georgia in that first half.
Yes, he
Now,
was.
don't want to take anything
Jamison
away in that
Williams.
fourth quarter. Yeah, James.
He's
And I don't
now
want to
in
take anything
Detroit.
away from Georgia. They won that fourth quarter fair and square. But you can't tell me Alabama doesn't win that game with 2 healthy receivers the way that offense was playing that year.
Exactly.
Especially with what's his name that plays for the Panthers, that quarterback, Bryce. So,
Bryce
yeah.
Young. Yep.
Bryce Young. Yeah. So,
Do you think Tennessee would bring Pittman back as an O-line coach? We have him here
You
in
never know.
2012.
I would.
would.
I would definitely hire that guy. I mean, listen, I don't want to be a jerk. There are some coaches that are great position coaches. There are great coordinators, and then
But they're
there are
not
great
good
head
head
coaches. But then there's some guys that aren't meant to be head coaches. And to be fair, these great players that were amazing, sometimes they're not meant to be coaches either. You know what I mean? And then there were some players that were just so-so. And then they become great coaches, because they didn't have the athleticism, but they knew the game. So that's it. So
I think they were hoping that he was
make
going to
anything
pick up off. When did Kirby get to Georgia?
he got to Georgia in 2016. 2016. Because ironically, his first season was when the last time Tennessee beat Georgia.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
they won
Dobbs broke.
8-5.
Yeah, Pittman was the so he went from Tennessee in 2012. Then went to Arkansas as the assistant head coach / O-line. They went down to Georgia
Yep.
and was the O-line coach and assistant head coach, and then went back to Arkansas.
Could you imagine You got Rodney Gardner here as one of the best defensive line coaches ever. You get Sam Pittman for your offensive line. Our lines would be unstoppable.
And you got a lot of talent
Our
coming in.
line.
You've got David Sanders to build. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By
Our
the way,
lines would
Ian
be
Walker.
unstoppable.
Ian says, I think that please correct me if I'm wrong, Ian. Are you predicting Fickell's the coach that's fired this weekend after Michigan disposes of them? Because
Yeah.
I think that's done. I think
Yeah.
Wisconsin's done.
I think so too.
Yeah. You know, he should have never left Cincinnati. I think he had a
good.
good thing going in Cincinnati.
Great thing going.
I mean, and he just, I mean, I get it, but, and he was an Ohio guy, you know, I mean, so I don't know. Bad move by him. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
Alabama.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, Alabama. You know, I'm going to tell you this, guys. Alabama should win this game, but they better not take Vanderbilt lightly. But I think with the revenge factor, and I just don't think Vanderbilt has the defense to stop Alabama. But Alabama's defense might give up some points against. I'll tell you this: I think Pavia is better than Gunnar Stock. I do.
Oh,
I
hell
believe.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah. So I'll say this: I think Vandy scores some points. What's the spread on that? Is Alabama? How big of a favorite is Alabama in that game?
Alabama is a 10.5-point favorite, and the over/under is 56.5.
I think Alabama wins by 13, but they pull away in the fourth quarter.
I think they get a garbage touchdown at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be shocked if Alabama like blows out Vanderbilt and Vanderbilt like a cheap seat because Vanderbilt's not horrible. But I think Alabama's just got too much for them, and I think Kalen DeBoer and Alabama's been waiting for this game for a year. So,
and I think the revenge factor, like you said, plays into effect here.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was in Nashville, but even then they'd probably have more Alabama fans. But I think Tuscaloosa wants blood on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
I'm going for the blowout. Give me 41-27 Bama.
I could see that. I could see that. Now, is that more than 56? I'm terrible at math, guys.
Yeah,
is
that is 68.
Yeah, that's more than 56.
I'd take the over.
Take the over. I would take the over in that game.
Because one of two things are going to happen. Vanderbilt's going to score something late, a little bit better, or like you said, Alabama's just going to pour it on their ass because of what happened last year. So,
backdoor cover to get the plus 13. But yeah, I'd take the over on that. I think there's going to be points.
I will say this much: it's going to be interesting if that Vanderbilt coach does the same strategy he did last year. If you remember, they kind of played keep away. They mixed it up with Cedric Alexander, and Pavia was doing it with his legs more than passing the ball. And Alabama couldn't get him off the field. Like they could not get them off the field. And then Jalen Milroe did what he could, but it's a whole different cast now. I know it's a different cast, but does Vanderbilt use that same strategy?
I would too. Strategy.
I would too. So that might make it that maybe not many points get scored that way, especially if you know your defense can't stop their offense. And so
last year the final, I believe, was 40-35. So there were 75 points in the game where
even
Vanderbilt
with that, yeah.
So yeah, there's a good possibility. There's good amount of points. I think it's going to be a fun It's going to be a fun game, and they get to be on national TV. This is the ABC game at 3:30, so the whole country gets to watch Vanderbilt football.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do my split screen. I'm gonna have an eye on that Texas-Florida game, but I'm gonna have the Vanderbilt-Alabama game on the other one. I'm gonna have to do split screen on that one. So yeah, for sure.
This month of October, we may find out in a way who's gonna be in Atlanta for the SEC championship game because there are gonna be a lot of games. Ole Miss might be at the top right now, but even they're not safe.
They always say they remember what you do in November. I think
exactly.
What you do in October.
November is going to be huge.
Yeah. Oh, real quick before we move on, I did want to say. Oh, go ahead, Kerry. No, go ahead, Kerry.
Because there are huge games starting now, and you get into November, the rivalry games. There's a lot to be determined.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to mention that.
Be in Atlanta.
Well, and I was going to mention that because you brought something up that I wanted to mention when we were talking about the Gators. That Mississippi State game is not looking like a win for them anymore either. So you look at the rest of their schedule, maybe against Texas this week like I predicted, but if they don't, realistically, Kentucky's kind of owned them as of late. I know Kentucky's not very good this year, but still, like, I mean, Florida's going to be in some issues, have some issues if they
And
can't win. So,
And Mississippi State is going to beat somebody they're not supposed to.
yeah,
They've got that kind of talent. They're
Yeah.
going to beat somebody they're not supposed to. It could be this weekend with Texas A&M. It could be with Alabama in a couple of weeks. It could be with Ole Miss at the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving.
yeah.
They're going to beat somebody that they're not supposed to.
I
They're
was
that
surprised
talented.
that Auburn A&M game was as close as it was, but like I said, I mean A&M, they got the big win at Notre Dame, and right now I feel that team. We're going to learn a lot about A&M, starting this week and then moving forward. To be honest with you, we really are now more so than
They're
ever.
going to be an interesting story. And Auburn, I would not want to play Auburn because Auburn's going to end up beating somebody they're not supposed to.
Could
They
be
played
Alabama
great.
at the end of the year. Could be the
Or
Iron
it
Bowl.
could be Georgia. It could be Georgia.
Could be Georgia. Yeah.
All
I don't-
these things need is one win.
I-
One
I-
big win saves his job.
Just like I said, Two Pair, you bring it up. Ian's brought it up. I mean, I think Tennessee lost that one, guys, and I think
They
that
did.
we had them by much better in the first half. If we just did not have that lull in the second quarter, I mean, we should have blown their ass. I just don't know how good Georgia is. I'm not saying they're not talented, but there's definitely some issues there. Bobo's play calling, Gunner's. I mean, let me just ask you this: do you think Georgia fans, if Miami goes into Florida State and Carson Beck throws for 200 or 300 yards or something like that, I bet you they're going to miss old Carson Beck, honestly, at that point. So, throw or no throw, that what Gunner Stockton did against UT. I mean, honestly, so they're at the end. But
I
don't
also
know.
believe this. If Tennessee beats Alabama in Tuscaloosa, they'll forget about Georgia. That
Yeah.
will be forgotten.
Well, they better move our asses up to number 7 if that happens. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. or
I
something
think we're
like
top
that.
5. I think we're top 5 team.
I mean, you can't leave anybody
Yeah.
at 15 anymore. That's
I
ridiculous.
think we'll be. I think we'll be in the top 5 if we beat Alabama. We win this month of November. If we win all 4, which we could easily do, we're top 5 team.
Yeah.
Walking into November, where we could afford a loss and get into playoff.
Well, let me ask you this:
And I don't think we'll lose the
after
game. And I don't think
after
we'll lose.
Alabama, who do they have? Is it the Kentucky game? Is that
Yep.
Kentucky? And
It's
that's a
in
home
Lexington.
game.
It's
Yep.
in Lexington.
Oh, it's in
It's in
Lexington.
Lexington, Michigan.
Oh,
They'll
that's
beat 'em.
right.
They'll beat them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We played them last year here. That's right. I forgot about
Kentucky
that.
can't score.
No, they can't.
No.
No, they're not good.
That's
No.
why that ain't gonna be an easy
Okay.
contest.
And so then after that is that November 1st Judgment Day
Oklahoma
against
game.
Oklahoma.
And McKeon
Damn.
should be back for that, but how rusty is he gonna be?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's going to be a night game, Neyland Stadium. That's going to be
And it would
the
surprise
roof
me
is
a
going to get
bit.
blown off the. Yeah, come on.
And remember, Oklahoma before they play Tennessee, they got to deal with Texas in the Red River Shootout
That's
and
right.
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
They may lose 2 games before they get to Knoxville.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I know we'll talk about that game when we get to it, but I was a little saddened to know that they're going to play that game at 3:30. I mean, come on, man. That is a high noon. The game day, the carnival, the fair, the Texas State Fair, and they moved it to 3:30. It just seems sacrilegious, man. That game was a staple at noon on ABC.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you what, I've
12
been to
game.
I've been to the Texas State Fair. That is one of the biggest and best fairs you could possibly go
It
to.
looks like it on TV.
It's
Rides
amazing.
galore. The stadium there. The
And
half. What is it? Half red, half burnt orange, or whatever.
mandatory.
Right at the 50. So.
And that's an event all in itself. Is the
Yeah.
game. The fair is an all separate event too, but it's amazing. It is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
And that
for
Cotton
sure.
Bowl Stadium is one of the oldest. That is a great stadium, great old stadium. A lot of the greats of football history have played in the Cotton Bowl.
It's true. It's true.
It's
All
an
right,
amazing
well,
stadium.
So we're all taking Alabama, Shane. We're all taking Alabama on
Yep.
that one. So 2 pair. Did you take Alabama? I don't know if you gave a score or not. So
Yeah, Alabama's they got to beat Vanderbilt this year.
okay. All right. So we're all taking Bama. All right. Now, high prime time. sunshine rivalry that used to determine not only state championships but national championships. It's going to be a ginormous game. Miami's going to answer if they're for real. Florida State's got some redemption to say that, hey, that wasn't a fluke against Alabama. What are you guys feeling on this one, by the way? Saturday night, 7:30. So, yeah.
Toughest game of the weekend to pick.
Yeah.
Toughest
Only a
game of the
4.5
weekend.
point spread, by the way. I
That's
don't even know what
makes
the
this
over
game-
under is either. So
That's
yeah.
what makes this game so tough is the fact that
It
it's
better
a
not
low
come down to
spread.
a field goal.
Yeah, we know the history of field goals.
Well, Miami's kicker's decent, but I don't want to put him in that spot. He had to already kick a 47-yarder in the rain against Notre Dame to win. But
The
I don't want to do it on the
over-under
road.
is 53.5, and Miami is a 4.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
Give me the
tough.
under.
Yep.
Miami 27, Florida State 20.
It's a great pick. That's what I've got.
That's the score I would be in. I'm in that neighborhood too, score-wise, and it's tough for me, but I like Miami. I think, but it wouldn't surprise whoever wins this game. It's not going to surprise me.
Yeah.
I like Miami's O line and D line.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Miami. If there's an advantage in this game, it's definitely in the trenches there. And I'll tell you this: Carson Beck. If it was any other quarterback, Carson Beck's gone into Neyland Stadium. He's gone into the, like some pretty big stadiums and weathered the storm and so forth. What I'd be interested in is the turnover battle. It's always been that in that rivalry. Whoever has the least amount of turnovers usually wins the game. And I know that's cliche, but in that series, there have been a team that has just completely imploded, throwing multiple interceptions or putting the ball on the ground, and the other team taking a big advantage. So that's one of my intangibles. So and special teams.
Even though Two-Pair made a joke with the field goal, but special teams has played a part in this rivalry too.
Yes. Yeah. One thing, being a Miami fan, that I will point out that maybe you guys aren't aware of is that in all 4 of Miami's first games, they were at home. This is Miami's first road game.
Mm-hmm.
Really hard one to have. But what's really interesting is keep an eye on the weather too. Because right now there's only a 24% chance of rain for the game. And if the weather's dry, Miami has not played on a dry field. All their games have had rain delays.
That is true.
Delays, weather, and what's scary is that Miami speed or Florida State speed going to be the difference without it being some, messed up field with mud and all that stuff. You know what I'm kind of saying there and so forth like that. So keep an eye on the weather, the intangibles like the turnovers. And I'm also interested to see how the ACC refs call this, because they've last weekend they were pitiful, just like the SEC was 2 weeks ago. So keep an eye on that, for how that game goes. I just want a clean game with no injuries. That's what I want. So
Florida State will have to get pressure and make Carson Beck make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I want to see who runs the ball better too, between Florida State's 3-headed monster and Miami's 3-headed monster. And Miami's getting Jordan Lyle back this week.
Their quarterback, Castellanos for Florida State, is the wild card.
Too.
He's the wild card in this whole battle.
Yep.
Because if he plays the game like he played against Alabama, it could be a long day for Miami, because he called his shot. He called his shot against Alabama, and he delivered.
And he's calling it this week too.
He knows he can deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami's, it's the line play. If they can if Miami can dominate the line play, they've got this game, because Cristobal's an old offensive lineman at heart.
Yeah.
This is what he knows.
Yeah, he's building it like an old school Alabama team, on both sides of the ball in the trenches. So yeah.
And I thought the legends were out at the Miami Notre Dame game. No, the legends are going to be out for this. You're going to see nothing but old Seminoles. Michael Irvin. You're going to see Derek Brooks. You're going to see Warwick Dunn. You're going to see all those.
Charlie
guys
Ward's probably going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be a battle. No, it's going to be
the Blade Boys.
Yep.
The Blade Boys, all of them, the whole freaking family will probably be there.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be a fun atmosphere. So, Well, Tupper, who do you got, man? I wouldn't blame you if you picked your Knowles, man. I mean, I'm scared to death to play you guys. I never want to like to look ahead in the schedule, but if Miami can win this one, it's almost a shame they can't play again in Charlotte because right now it's looking like the loser with this one might be their one loss, and they might get into the playoff without having to go to the ACC championship. But you never want to put that. You don't want to mulligan or anything like that. So you've got to make that ACC championship game to even be considered. Because look, they took the winner and the loser last year, and Miami was on the outside looking in, and Florida State doesn't want to have a second loss at this point. You know what I mean?
And they've already been snubbed from the playoff once as an undefeated 13-0 team. Could you imagine if they got snubbed again as a one-loss team? They would be like, what do we have to do?
And what's the excuse this year? Because your quarterback's not hurt. Castellanos isn't going to have a Jordan Travis injury. So, yeah, I mean,
because the fly in the ointment is Georgia Tech. As long as Georgia Tech keeps winning, they're going to be in the ACC championship.
And they don't play shit this year. So, so Two-Pair, what's your score? I know you're picking the Knowles. What's your score? So, at that point,
I hope it's like 24-21.
Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. Everybody's
I think it's
thinking
like
right
a 3-point ball game.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. If any team gets to 30, I will be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked. So, yeah. So
now, could you imagine if this game, if Florida State, all of those years they've missed field goals to win, actually makes one to win as karma coming all the way back around?
Yeah. I like what Ian said. Hey, if Snowboarder Mike is hyping those boys on the sideline again, Miami ain't losing or whatever. So talking about Mike Irvin. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, Irvin's already got his sideline pass with Lamar Tom. Yeah, yeah, the U. So Ian's got the U as well. So yeah. No, it's Carrie. I want to get to your segment. Obviously, your big game. So Carrie's big games of the week. What do you got for us this week, big man?
Well, we talked about one earlier with Texas and Florida, which is going to be a terrific battle. I'm looking at another. And my other big game in the college ranks is Virginia and Louisville, and I like Louisville in that game. I think Virginia, after all that emotion last week, the fact that they got to travel to Louisville, tough place to play, I like Louisville in that game. The NFL level. Two interesting NFL games have my attention span. One of them is the Chargers and the Commanders. Jaden Daniels returns for Washington this week, and they're out in LA. I want to see how the Chargers react from losing to the Giants last week. I want to see them, and I want to see what their mindset is, knowing that Kansas City and Denver now are breathing down their necks. I want to see how they respond. And speaking of Kansas City, the Monday night game with Jacksonville will be very interesting. I want to see what Kansas City's offense, they're going to answer one question. Was the performance against Baltimore's defense, or was it their ineptitude against everybody else? Because if they don't score more than 21 against Jacksonville, it will be the latter, that there was Baltimore's defense is the reason they scored 37 points.
Wow. And they still don't have. He's still serving his suspension. So you wait till you see when the Chiefs have all their toys.
He's got 2 more weeks.
I know.
He's got 2 more weeks. And he'll
sitting
be back
on my
week
damn
7.
fantasy bench, man. I couldn't believe that happened to me, but it is what it is. I can't, So.
And if you want a special attraction, Sunday night, Buffalo or New England, Buffalo is where it's a whiteout in Highmark Stadium because the rivalry uniforms Buffalo will be wearing, they're all white.
The silver. Old one with the old Bill, the old Buffalo.
No, this is the new one. The NFL made these rivalry uniforms for all 32 teams to wear at least once during the season. Buffalo's going to be all white and silver. It's like a cold front.
Ooh.
It's the cold front uniform. The only problem is they're playing this game in October, and it's going to be 80 degrees that night.
It hasn't had the cold spell yet, so yeah.
But the uniforms are going to look sweet, and there's a lot of fantasy points because both of the teams, you got Josh Allen and Drake May, both are pretty high in the fantasy points this year. James Cook and Stephon Diggs returns to Buffalo as a member of the hated Patriots. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is
Going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a good division ball, and it's a divisional game. Divisional games are tough. They're always going to be tough. But those are the games I'm looking at real closely this week.
Awesome. Can I add one too, real quick? We talked about it before the year, and I'd like everybody's prediction on it. Belichick or Dabo? Who wins that game? We were talking about that possibly being maybe for an inside track for the ACC, and these teams are needing a win just to be bowl eligible at this point. I mean, goodness
somebody's
gracious.
not going. Yeah, the loser of this game may not go to a bowl.
No, because Carolina still has to play the Wolfpack and Duke, and both those teams look way better than them. And we're not talking basketball; we're talking football. So yeah,
we talk about all the hot seats in the country. Let Dabo lose to Belichick.
Ooh.
Especially their little ACC network special thing. Keep going.
That seat becomes an inferno for Dante, for Dabo. That becomes an inferno.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
To lose to the greatest coach, probably one of the greatest coaches in the history of football is one thing, but to do it on the college level, yeah, that would not look good. That would not look good.
And then, you know what's been crazy? Did you see how bad Syracuse got whooped last week?
Yeah, and you know, that's the one thing you did miss at the beginning of the show. If there was one thing we talked about, I want to give Tennessee credit. Tennessee played Syracuse at full strength.
At full strength.
Duke got the backup quarterback. You know, they didn't even have to play Angeli. I mean, he tore that poor kid, ruptured his Achilles. He's done, you know, and so forth like that. And you saw what they are. They're a shell of themselves at this point.
Completely different team without him.
Completely different.
And that was in the Carrier Dome too. I mean, damn, Duke beat the hell out of them. So I mean,
Mario Diaz is doing a really good job there at Duke.
Well, Manny Diaz, yeah, he's doing really good. So yeah. Shane, who do you got? Do you got Belichick or Dabo in this one, bud?
This is gonna be great.
Give me Dabo. Give me Clemson. I don't think Belichick's. I still think Belichick's cut for college football.
Yeah. You want to know something, guys? Can I think about the quarterback matchup? Okay, once upon a time, these two quarterbacks, everybody was coveting, and now nobody wants them. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this.
No.
Cade Klubnik, Johnson, Max Johnson, Texas A&M, son of Brad Johnson, nephew of Mark Richt, and he didn't even get the starting job. He's starting because the guy that Belichick handpicked was so bad and then got hurt in the process, and that's the only reason. And Max Johnson's coming off that bad injury he had last year, which ultimately got Mac Brown fired. You know, if Max Johnson doesn't get hurt last year, maybe North Carolina has a better season, and we're not even talking about this. But yeah,
I still say Tennessee broke Dabo 4 years ago.
They did.
In that Orange Bowl, Joe Milton broke Cade Club.
Oh yeah.
Joe Milton.
That's still one of my favorite games of all time, to beat his ass like we did. Oh my God, I loved it.
The way we did it.
That's it.
We own them in every sport. We own them in football. We own them in basketball. We own them in baseball. Don't let us even get started with baseball, because Vitello has owned them since day one.
Well, hey, I got one for you guys, by the way. What are the odds that Belichick's girlfriend interrupts the game in the second quarter by running out onto the field needing more concession stand money or something?
I'm waiting for her to do a strip tease at midfield. That's all I need. It'd
be great. What's it called? Gold diggers. Gold diggers. So
make it rain.
With Jimbo Fisher's money. So there you go. So she should have hooked up with Jimbo. So there you go. So 70-something.
Oh yeah, her fashion line is called Gold Diggers.
Gold Diggers. Can you imagine? So Gold Diggers. So jeez.
Girl, where'd you get them earrings at? I got them with Gold Diggers. Look at these things.
Hey, Dad, I'm not having a good. Hey, Dad, I'm not having a good time. Can I leave and go hang out with my friends and go to the mall? So yeah, they are very good this year. The memes were just crucifying last week or whatever. So
I lost all sound.
Well, then I saw the magazine cover, and that's even worse. I'm sitting there going, Belichick never posed for a magazine in the NFL. And the next thing you know, he's sitting there with this big smile on his face with a 24-year-old girlfriend.
Well, you know what's kind of funny? What's really sad if you think about it too? I know, right? Well, hey, if you had a 20-something-year-old girlfriend and you were 70, you'd smile too. I would. So, but I'm just gonna say this,
I
guys.
would.
North Carolina, as bad of a week as Auburn had a couple weeks ago, do you know North Carolina had like a visit planned this weekend, ironically, because if I'm not mistaken, no, I think it's next weekend, but they had him in town this weekend for a football game. They actually were going to have one of the best high school ball players, homegrown in the state of North Carolina, homegrown in the state of North Carolina basketball, and he canceled the visit.
Wow.
And, they're not getting the recruits like they used to.
No
We've
one
talked
ever
about that
can
on this
no
show.
no one ever cancels a visit to North Carolina,
That
but
if
he
you were
did.
born and bred to be Tar Heel Blue, and they canceled the visit for basketball. I
Wow.
mean, that program is in shambles right now. I mean, I'm not trying to
Mhm.
be. I mean, they could have a special season in basketball, but it's like you're not even getting the recruits to stay in house in your own state, and then you're losing the big time players to the other blue bloods. I mean, it's not
Yep.
even close at this point. So.
That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, but that was what they found out today, that he canceled the visit ahead of Saturday's thing. So yeah, two pair. I don't know if you heard me or not, but yeah. So a big time basketball player, homegrown Tar Heel his whole life or whatever, top recruit, supposed to go to the game this Saturday, take a visit, official visit for North Carolina, canceled today. By the way,
Wow.
I mean North Carolina can't get anybody on campus for Hubert.
It's
They
tough,
can't.
man.
I don't know what's going on there. So between Belichick and that, what the hell is going on in Chapel Hill, man? I'm telling you. So shoot, but
It's a crazy era in time.
it is. It is. Well, my favorite part of the show that we always like to wrap up with, they stink or what have you.
Mm.
So Shane, who made your stinky, stinky stinkeroo this week, bud, in
Once
sports?
again, I'm going to go with UCLA once again.
That never gets old.
Them and the Titans.
Oh, I'll collectively say it. They stink. They freaking stink.
The Titans at least are playing for draft picks at this point. It's a complete rebuild for them. They'll eventually get it right. Their coach will be fired before the end of the season. Uh, but UCLA is just a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
They came in with all this hype because they had Nico, and they
Oh,
have pissed the bed every chance they've gone. Every time they've gone out there, he's got what 3 touchdowns total this year.
I think he's got more interceptions than touchdowns, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he
hits the
wanted an
portal
NFL
again. I don't know
offense.
where he goes.
Hey, I mean, it came out in the better end of the deal, I think.
Oh my gosh. I mean, guys, like I'll tell you this. Heupel's like he didn't give in. I mean, thank God he didn't give in. So I mean, we dodged a bullet with that one. I'm telling you.
Huge
So
bullet.
yeah.
Boo Carter's
All
family
right.
needs to see what happens when you think you're bigger than a program and you keep doing all this stuff. This is what
Hmm.
happens. And
Yep.
Boo's proven himself on the field, but you don't let your family dictate what you do.
Oh yeah. Well, Mario came out and was one of the first ones to laud Josh Heupel because he has no problem telling somebody to go hit the door. Honestly,
Yeah.
like he called out one of Miami's big time recruits and said, "The reason why you're not playing, you're not practicing hard. I mean,
Yep.
go
Mm.
somewhere else. I mean, we'll save that NIL money and bring in somebody that will actually
We'll
practice
bring
hard."
somebody who wants to be here.
Right. I'm tired of it. I mean, and that's the thing that we've talked about on this show several times with the NIL era now. Like you mentioned, if their 30 for 30 is made to pair about it, the truth of the matter is this, is that the NIL deal, I mean, when do you don't have that bond with the players? We thought that when we got a kid, we'd at least have him for 3-4 years, maybe, and
Mm.
maybe 5 if he redshirted and maybe a little bit minute to develop. But now it's like you get a whole new roster every year, it seems like. But
Kids
I'm
don't
hoping that the culture sticks, that people are staying now. So yeah, but
kids gotta learn they gotta get developed. And that's the thing. It's
get to the
you've got
pros.
you've got to build your draft stock. Like, yeah, you're
Yes,
getting
sir.
paid now, but you have to develop to where you will get your stuff on film and make it to the next level. You can't just rely on this money now and expect it's going to change your whole family forever.
Exactly. Kerry, the only thing you missed was Shane's picks for They Stink this week. UCLA and the Titans. I'm next going to two pairs. Who's the stinkeroo for you this week, bud?
Who do I think just stinks?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might stay in the NFL.
Okay.
The New York Jets, man. Like the New York Jets. Like the Tennessee Titans.
Ugh.
Ugh. Like when you say their names, it hurts. The Cleveland Browns.
Oh,
You're not even playing Shador.
Yeah, they're going with Gabriel. They benched Flacco for Gabriel. Oh my God! So yeah,
and they're playing in London. This is gonna be international embarrassment.
Yeah, like
is that an NFL Network game? The 9 o'clock thing?
Yeah, NFL Network game.
Wow.
But yeah, those guys, because I know we're pressed for time, and I'm definitely gonna say those teams stink because I will say this though, the Jets, you have a franchise quarterback. The way Fields look in that second half, you got something to build around. But yeah, they're horrible.
They just can't win. I don't know, man. I think they really sold their soul for Joe Namath's Super Bowl because they haven't been shit since. They really haven't. So yeah.
Yep.
Kerry, who's your stinkeroo this week?
We're going to stay in the state of Ohio. The Cincinnati Bengals absolutely stink. I'm talking high heaven stink. Joe Burrow gets hurt. They've been outscored 76-13.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to make this even worse. Monday night only had 154 yards of total offense.
Oh my God.
To give you an idea, James Cook for the Buffalo Bills had 160 total yards by himself.
Oh.
Against the other worst team in the league, the New Orleans Saints. They stink too. Spencer Rattler is 0-10 as an NFL quarterback. 0-10. How do you not win a game after 10 starts in the NFL?
Let me just tell you this real quick.
The Saints stink.
Fantasy football fire sale on all Cincinnati Bengal players, offensive players at this point. So yeah, but
all that money to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, 76-13 since Joe Burrow went down with an injury. Let that sink in. They've scored one offensive touchdown, and that was in garbage time, and Minnesota had their third team in 2 weeks ago. A team with Carson Wentz as their quarterback now, Minnesota.
So bad.
And Denver called off the Dogs at 21-3. How bad do you have to be for another team to call off the Dogs at only 21-3?
Yeah.
That's bad.
And that had the potential to be a very big game at the beginning of the season when the schedule was made. So yeah. Well, my stinkeroo this week, I'm going to stay in the college game or what have you. I was going back and forth in it. And, it really doesn't matter if they win 8 of the next 9 ball games that they play. You had the whole nation talking about you. You had the easiest schedule known to man. You had the guys for game day all dressed in white for this occasion, like they were going to prom or the wedding. You had Saban in a white suit. That never happens. Never. You had Drew Aller and Heisman aspirations and blah, blah, blah. And, you brought in Ohio State's defensive coordinator. This was going to fix everything. And at the end of the day,
LeVar Arrington was
there. I mean, For the love of God, you had it all right there. They had to come 3 hours across the country with a time zone change and a redshirt freshman quarterback. 2 time zone changes. And you looked like shit for 3 quarters. Almost pulled it off. Got a penalty when you had them beat, only to give them life with that ridiculous penalty in that overtime. And you lost at home the same way you lost to Notre Dame with that interception, with that same stupid, gimmicky, goofy play call, because your quarterback was eyeballing the chicks in the stands and not serious about football. Penn State, James Franklin, you stink.
They stink.
They stink.
They stink bad. They stink on a national level.
And the only one that would have been worse than that had they won was for having more Notre Dame fans than Arkansas fans there for a home game. But anyway, keep going. And then they got blown out 56-13. So, but yeah, great show though tonight. Guys, final thoughts. Going to be a great weekend of fair. I wish you luck Saturday, but I know that you'll talk some shit next Wednesday, as deservedly so. I'll be here to take that shit, just like I know you'll take yours if I win. So it'll only be 2 minutes, I promise. So that's it.
Always.
So, yeah.
We've been at this for a long time in our history of friendship.
26 years. So
I saw this pipsqueak wearing on a Dan Morgan jersey.
With my hair parted in the middle like him. So there we go. So, yep.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
But
you and that Peter Warwick jersey. So, yep. So I even thought your name was Warwick. Like, I thought your name was Warwick when I first met you. So, shoot. Good stuff. Good stuff. So,
good stuff.
Great times.
That Peter Warwick jersey was the highlight of my middle school to high school transition.
Listen, that guy beat us so bad every time he played us or whatever. I wish he was a damn Kane or whatever like that.
I felt the same way about Santana Moss.
Yep.
I like all those guys, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they came right after him.
Some of my favorite players played on those Miami teams. Like, I love Miami and Florida State. I've always, grown up watching those two play.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. There's a running back that remembers because he could have been great if it hadn't been for injuries. I never saw him truck John Vilma or even Sean Taylor or what have you. Greg Jones, man, for Florida State.
Greg Jones,
that boy. We could not figure him out in that one game in the Orange Bowl, and it took a wide left to win that game.
Antoine Bolden, special.
Yep.
How good was he in those games? Like,
Yep.
I think that's probably
he had
one of the best games I ever saw.
He had a better career than Snoop Minnis, and I would have never thought that based on that. But Anquan always stepped up against Miami.
Oh, my gosh.
Did. So, yeah,
Jeremy Shockey.
Shockey became a legend because of that wide right 3 game in the Orange Bowl.
Yep.
He did. So.
Greg Olsen.
And you know what? That's always been the thing. Who's going to be the stuff of legends? Because Dalvin Cook did that. Jameis Winston, for Miami, there has been the Sean Taylors and the Dorseys and the Shockeys and things like that.
How about the Gino Toretta?
Gino Toretta.
Bernie Kosar.
That's still one of the Heisman.
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward.
That one always confused me though. How Gino Toretta won the Heisman?
You know what it was? It was because what was it? What was his name? Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk was playing for San Diego State, and they went head to head. But because Miami won the game, I think that they gave it to,
even though Marshall
was the undefeated. Yeah, and Gino had been the starting quarterback, and Gino had a great record. As a starter, Gino is 22-1 as a starter, and the one being Alabama in the blowout and the Sugar Bowl and the championship in the blowout. So that was his only loss. Gino Toretta as a starter for Miami. So it was the record, and look who he was throwing to: Lamar Thomas and all those dudes. I mean, he had some weapons.
Randall Thrill
Hill. Come on. So yeah,
I still remember the Cotton Bowl. I want to
say, didn't Gino get one in '91 though?
Gino did win the national title in '91. He did win that one. So yeah, they beat Nebraska 22-0 in that one.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I remember the Cotton Bowl when Miami went
Oh,
down there to play Texas.
over 200 yards in penalties and still won
and
40-3.
basically beat the crap out of Texas.
Oh yeah.
They hated going to Texas. They made it a point to whoop Texas. They destroyed them.
Oh yeah.
200
Oh, yeah.
yards and penalties. They would have been 80-3. It would have
I
been
know.
80.
Could you imagine? I mean, and that was back in the 90s. I mean, geez.
Yep.
So, yeah. In a dreary New Year's Day game. So, yeah. Great show. Great show, guys. Final thoughts. I've said everything I've needed to. And, you know, Two Pair closes out like always. So, yeah.
Hey man, another great week of college football. Another great week of pro football. Basketball is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we live for in sports, to give us these conversations. I want to be in closing about the current situation in the WNBA, and I thought what Nafisa Collier spoke volumes, what she said,
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's speaking for the women who are, not rightfully paid in the position that they're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're constantly having to go through situations to where if they talk about the officiating,
Yep.
you shouldn't complain about it. I just think while we're watching football, college football, and noticing the money move the way it moves, it's doing that same thing for the WNBA in a very small spectrum.
Yep.
And I just want people to kind of like take an interest and take a look at what's currently going on, because you're seeing a commissioner not have the control
Yep.
of their league. So something to keep an eye on, and let's get ready to watch some football.
Hell yeah.
No.
Hell yeah. Shane, final thoughts, bud?
Just ready for another great week of football. Thanks for everybody keeping me and my son in your prayers. God slowly answers them day by day, so I appreciate it all.
Amen, man. Amen. Carrie, final thoughts?
Prayers to all you guys. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy what we got with football and everything and the baseball playoffs. And it looks like we're going to have one go to the NLDS. The Dodgers are about to finish off the Reds, but we got 3 game 3s tomorrow.
Nice.
And the other 3 series have been exciting as all get up. You've got Detroit and Cleveland, and they've really been battling for the last month. And then you got the Cubs and the Padres. They hate each other's guts. And then, of course, Red Sox and Yankees. No need to
Say no
explain
more.
nothing about that.
They
Game
light each other on
3.
fire, so shoot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, they would kill each other to be successful. But what we got, the football, the sports right now, fever pitch, man. We got hockey getting ready to start up, college basketball starting to round. This is going to be a fun next couple of months as we head towards the holidays. We head towards Thanksgiving and Christmas. Got a lot to look forward to and a lot to be thankful for.
Amen. Amen. Well, Two Pair, close us out, brother. We throw up that W like we always do. Rebels with a cause, man. Go for it.
Didn't want his family or the locals to know about them, so he had let his child die and killed his mistress and buried both.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. We appreciate it. And just giving you just food for thought, and hope you enjoy your week, and support your team, support your guys, support your girls, and hey, maybe anybody that somebody get a win.
That's right.
We out, baby. Thanks for tuning in.